What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 46. I'm here with my resident homies, as always, Joel, Joseph, and Casey. And thanks to all the subscribers. Well, I think we just surpassed 900, which is fucking awesome. Like, dude, we're really creeping up on 1,000 with this shit, dude. Next couple of episodes, too, is going to be our year anniversary. I forget which one. I know we took
let's get to 1,000 before a year. How about that?
That'd be sick. Give us 100 in a month, dude. It's doable for sure if everybody tells their friend. If 100 of those 900 get a new person to just click it, we've got it, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So that'd be awesome. And then what else was I just about to say? You cut me off and now I forget what I was saying. But yeah, dude, it's fucking cool that we're still back here. We're still doing the Cali Death thing, you know, fucking, and what better way to keep that going than bringing on the old homie, Ed Talorda, from Disgorge to Violently Vomit. He's fucking done sound for some shows I've done. I've played shows with him. We've all fucking been homies for a long time, and it's fucking... You were definitely one of the people that should be on this show, and here you are, dude. So what's up,
That's
Ed?
crazy. Yeah, dude. How's it going, guys? How's
Good,
everybody?
What up?
Good, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, dude. I don't know. I didn't even talk to you about how long we have you, but we kind of go long if you want to go long.
Hey.
In for the long haul, or you got to call it at a certain time?
I'm in for the long haul, or as many times as like if my son opens that door one too many times. But I think my wife will be able to put him to sleep, so I could probably go on the long haul.
It's all good, dude. We get interruptions all the time with this.
Oh, good. I got tomorrow off too, so
nice.
Me too. I'm
Hell yeah. I don't, but I'm still drinking whiskey with y'all.
That's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Well, cheers, guys. Yeah, dude, you guys are back from a fucking cool show that I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know if we want to do that later. I guess we'll just do it later. Let's get into Ed first. All right. First, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in San Diego, dude, like over in the South Bay area of San Diego. Yeah.
So you were down there the whole time. All right. So, how we usually do it, dude? What were you about to say?
Weren't you born in Japan?
I was born in Japan. Yes, my dad was in the U.S. Navy, and he was stationed in Japan from like 69 to like 77 or something like that.
Wow.
I took my first airplane flight to California.
So it was from Japan to California. And
Yokosuka, Japan. There's a U.S. naval base over there.
Trip. So how old were you when you came over?
I was like 3.
Okay. Do you have any memory? Can you catch any glimpses in your memories of being?
I remember falling in the bathtub and splitting my chin open. I still have a scar.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be remembered.
Stuff like that. I remember my brothers fucking breaking windows. Like they're supposed to be watching me, but I was watching them like, you know, mischief around and stuff, like abandoned like housing and like.
Did they continue having any kids when they got here, or are you still the youngest?
I'm the youngest, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. How many siblings?
So I have 2 siblings, an older brother at 12 years or 11 years older than myself. Eric, he's no longer with us. And then my oldest brother.
Hit that, bro.
Yeah. I mean, 2017. I mean, it was, I might even have a couple things that I might share a little bit as we get a little bit later down.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
About that. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I got my older brother, Rick, my oldest brother, Rick, at 12 years older than myself. He's the one that actually, got me into playing guitar. I actually wanted to play drums and stuff. And I took piano lessons when I was like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. How long did those last? The piano lessons?
It lasted for a good couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
that's how I was too, dude. The same age, and only went for like 1 or 2 years after that.
Yeah.
So then you wanted to transition into drums from there?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I would listen to stuff, and like, you know, I made my own little like drum kit out of planters and like gas can with rocks on it for a snare drum. It was fat. It was all
like, totally.
Was it a sound issue with the parents that didn't let you play drums, or was it just guitar?
I think so for the most part. But then, you know, it's like when I had finally got into guitar, my brother didn't he didn't want me touching his shit. And
so he was a player. He already was playing.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
already playing stuff. MTV came out in '81, and like I think I seen my first Iron Maiden video in like shit, man, like '82.
How old are you in '82?
Flat-
I'm sorry if you already said.
Okay, so I'm like 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was just like, wow, dude. And then I mean the whole, listening to like Def Leppard, Kiss, and like whatever on like what would be now the classic rock station.
Yeah.
So going from there, like I said, my brother was going to work, but then like he would cruise home, and then I'd fucking put the guitar away, like and I'd remember exactly where he fucking put the pick behind the strings and shit.
Yeah.
And I just started playing stuff, and I was like, man, fucking they ain't even playing on some of these videos, like really bad sync or whatever. And I was like, dude, that's not what that chord sounds like. I know that pattern, but he's not playing in the right place. But then I kind of started learning. Well, he taught me Stairway to Heaven, and I don't know, I guess Paranoid and whatever. And so I mean, this timeline starts about like '83 as part of the timeline, and then that's when I started like sneaking his guitar, and he'd get really pissed at me about it. And then fucking there was a Def Leppard video for a song called Photograph, and I fucking learned the intro to it, and him and a bunch of his friends had been trying to learn it, and then fucking he got sneaky one day and fucking, because I could tell when he got home because he rode a motorcycle, but he would come home one time, he coasted his bike, and then came in, and fucking I'm sitting here playing Photograph by Def Leppard, the intro to it, and he burst through the door. He's like, man, where'd you learn how to play that? Like, I mean, and then, so it, like, I don't know, maybe perhaps like that accomplishment kind of pushed me to like learn more stuff. And then Iron Maiden started coming out. I started learning Aussie
It's like,
tunes.
this is what saved me from getting my ass beat by my brother, dude. Riffs, dude.
Yeah, that would probably be the earliest shit, man. I can't believe I had that much passion to learn all this stuff and try to learn it by ear. I mean, I had friends that started playing too, and then like they would do the tabs, and I was like, I didn't trust the tabs because like when you play something in a different neck position, that because it's on tab and it has a different color to it, you're like, no, man, he's playing in a different fucking position on the neck. So I just fucking learned shit by ear.
That's awesome, dude.
But I mean, yeah. Of course.
So, would that be like tab books like that you'd buy at like a music store, or was there some other way?
Yes. They sure. like Guitar World, or is it Guitar World or Guitar Player? They would have a tab every single fucking month, right? But then like, I was like, I'm gonna get the peace of mind fucking tab, like, or whatever. I probably only really bought like 2 tab books, and then I just kind of kept to my ear, and then I would bounce ideas off of other friends, and then like see if I hear the same thing they do, or and then like I'd be like, dude, he is playing it right, and I'll fucking change.
This is,
I feel like,
oh, go ahead, Joel. No,
I was gonna say with the tab books I was just talking about, I used to be so excited to get a tab book of an album I liked, and I would like learn like 2 riffs out of it and just put it down. And it was like fucking $30 or something. I'm like, shit, I gotta fucking just start doing it by ear. It definitely helps a lot, just trying to figure it out. It teaches you a lot too in the process.
I dropped
what's that one?
Fuck ton of money on tabs from my favorite bands. I have the 3rd album too. I got all 3 albums.
Those guys are insane.
I've learned like 3 songs so far, but
what was that again? Hold those up again.
Thank you, Scientists. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It's super sick prog rock.
Dope, dude.
Is that like their books though? Like they put them out?
It's from the Sheet Happens. That's the name of the.
That's awesome, dude.
I like it.
Yeah, they do a bunch. I think they've done
they
like
do Cynic and shit. And
oh, really?
Sorry, let me see the white one
Serious?
more time.
Yeah.
Is that some tentacles coming out?
This.
Oh yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I just can't with that band.
Sick.
The musicianship is fucking amazing. It's like some of the best musicians in the game. Just the vocals, I just can't.
I knew when you said the sickest musicians, I knew
just the singer is like a little too. I mean, I love clean singing now as I get older, and I used to be way more like anti. When I was like doing the death metal thing like full on, but you know, as I get older, I'm way more down with like prog and experimental singing stuff. It's just his vocals just kind of have like a newfound glory, like kind of pop punk sound to it that I don't.
Oh yeah,
it's a little too
like
whiny.
That.
It works for me somehow. Yeah, I know it's in that category of stuff I'd cringe at, but it works for me. Sometimes you just form a connection with the guy's sound.
Emo prog, that's a combo that you don't really hear about, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it all started for me with like getting over Geddy Lee. Getting over his vocals, because I used to not be down with Geddy Lee, and then all of a sudden it fucking hit me.
What's
when
wrong
I was
with
like,
Geddy Lee, dude?
Like, nothing.
I said no. Keyword is used to.
Yeah.
And then I finally one day it hit me. I think it was Hemisphere's Circumstances. I think that song. I was like, okay, I get these now. And then and all of a sudden I'm a huge fan for life now.
I feel like I got Rush right off the bat. It was just like, oh, dude, they're like elves, dude. They're just like running around like just fucking shredding. Like, I love Rush, dude.
He looks like an elf. Yeah, he does look like an elf. It works perfect.
I'm still holding back. I can't do a Geddy all the time. Yeah. But I want to just. Oh yeah, go ahead, dude.
Anything up to the 80s. I mean, the 80s stuff's good too, of course, you know. But like moving pictures and all that. But I think the 70s shit is like fucking fire.
That's the shit, dude.
And I was gonna say too, like I think there's all this stuff now. Like people have like found out about how like a lot of those tab books were like all totally wrong. Like especially I think the Megadeth books were like some of the worst ones. And it's like I have some of the PDF scans on my computer. I've like collected them over the years of like those old books, and like the like freaking Rust in Peace book is like the most hilarious, like horribly like tabbed thing in the world. Like so like the numbers don't even match the notes above them. Like, and then all the things are all fucked up, and then those are wrong too. And it's like notorious.
Yeah, they probably hire people
Terrible.
that say that they'll you know listen to a song by ear and then tab it out for them. And then it's just like
instead of like any fifth fret thing is like an open string on the string above it or something. Like it's like they have like completely wrong positions and shit. Yeah. But I've definitely run into that too.
Like the guy who's transcribing it's just like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Yeah. So I'm like, he's like, he just did like Nevermind, and then he's like, got to do Rust in Peace with all the Friedman solos. He's like, whatever, it's something like this.
Yeah. Speaking of Nevermind, and what
that extra line, that extra fucking line on the note.
What Ed was saying about like, you know, like now that's all classic rock stations, you know, with Kiss and all that stuff. Like fucking Nirvana and Alice in Chains is now classic rock.
That's what I noticed too, dude. Like 1077 The Bone, which is the classic rock station.
Really? It's like
straight classic now. It's all the shit that we were listening to, and you're like, fuck, dude, we are.
I think 25 years is like makes it like classic rock now or something.
So how long is it going to be till grunge is considered oldies?
It already
Right,
remember those remember those 50s and 60s compilation infomercials you used to see on TV? It'll be grunge fucking 90s.
Fucking
10 discs for 9.
Yeah. God.
But circling back
David
to
Grohl, David Grohl's David Grohl does jazz standards. Anyway, all right, cool.
Yeah, cool. No, just circling back, just so way to the future, and then we'll get way back. But you tabbed out a bunch of Disgorge songs, and listening now to how you've described, you know, being a piano trained musician and with your, you know, looking at tabs back in the day, it all makes sense that you've been like kind of the like trained musician of Disgorge since you joined, and that's kind of your character, and that's how Diego always talks about. He's like, when we got Ed in the band, he like knew theory and like understood what we were doing.
No, not that much, dude. I knew I knew enough to be able to identify. Well, because like, okay, so fast forward to 11th grade, I was in marching band. So, you know, when you got you gotta like know how many notes, and I was like, all right, cool, man, like fucking just slash notes all over here, you know. But I don't even know what they're called, dude. But I mean, like, but I know you can shorten the value of a note by putting that little
the dot.
I don't know, you guys.
No, not that.
It's like a slightly turned like rectangle thing that you put on top of a note, and it's like a roll. Right?
Well, no, you know when you notate, okay, so like say if you do like a quarter note and then fucking, or actually wait, let's say 2/8 notes, right? And you want to go dot dot dot. Don't you take the line to connect the dot dot and then dot? You know what I mean? Like to make 2/8 notes.
To take from 2/8 to 3. I don't. I'm fucking
dot dot dot. Or
you mean like
anyway,
they're
whatever.
Already connected, but you're adding slashes?
Yeah, we need.
No. 16th
the two dot 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 dot, or what the fuck am I trying to say?
Oh, like flams?
That, right? Like,
Huh,
like,
not sure.
no, just like, okay, that, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't those two that's before? I mean, like they would be.
Yeah.
Isn't it tied with like another note before
Yeah.
the rest?
Well, it sounds
and
like
then the downbeat.
Sounds like you're talking about like an eighth note with like a slash through it, which is like a 16th, like the 2 hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So with like you can do that to a tie, like in snare music. And
yeah.
What did you play in marching band? I'm curious.
Oh, dude, I was Quince. I didn't do it very well.
Nice.
I never did marching band. I was just curious.
Yeah. I didn't do it very well, but like translating all that, and then like, you know, with thrash, with thrash coming out, and then like, you know,
So
like,
was it still your brother who was feeding you?
no, not anymore.
So you were off on your own
Yeah,
journey.
I did that in '86 after Master of Puppets came out, and then, you know, like bam, brum, brum, and then you know, like my picking made so much more sense after marching.
Cali Death bingo cards. Another
Oh, he
master
said
of puppets.
puppets. Yeah.
Master of Puppets. Yep.
Speaking Ripponese.
I
Yep.
missed it. I was thinking of marching band still.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was Dallas,
Yeah.
right? That was fucking
Ripponese.
hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Ripponese.
He's all, do you even
That's great.
speak Ripponese? When he said that, killed me, dude.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
man. So
Okay.
Cool.
So then you start getting into thrash, and then what's the San Diego music scene like when you're starting to get out to shows and stuff, or check out live music or whatever?
oh man, back in that time we had a venue over in Tijuana called Iguanas, and lots of fucking shows, lots of shows went there, man. All kinds of shit. Fine Line Entertainment brought all kinds of fucking shit, like DRI, fucking
Is that when you're in
Yeah.
high school?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is like I'm gonna say this is about like 9th or 10th grade, but we had to cross the border. You weren't really supposed to cross the border if you were under 18, but they weren't checking IDs or nothing.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
So you're shredding, you're playing guitar and all that shit. You're getting into high school, and you never stopped playing at all. You just keep going, right?
Oh, throughout. Okay, so you know, I went hard with guitar for like, I don't know. Actually, I actually split that with like fucking riding skateboards or like riding freestyle bikes and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, not giving a goddamn like if I fucking fuck my hands up. You know, like
Yeah. So it wasn't the guitar wasn't like the more important thing, because you're still like, I could break my wrist right now because I'm fucking shredding,
Yeah.
bro. Shredding the gnar, dude.
Yeah, totally. So, you know, I mean that, and then, I mean, I went to Taekwondo for a couple of years myself. And, you know, like, I think that experience kind of like, that kind of honed my OCD or
Mhm.
focus, whatever you want to call it, you know?
Discipline.
Yeah,
Discipline,
exactly.
motivation, yeah.
Exactly. So
So
that helped.
in high school, were you any high school bands that you were fucking around with?
I was, right about 7th grade.
Oh, 7th grade. All right. Before high school.
Well, you know, I mean, this is like baby pictures, dude.
Yeah. We're going through the Talorda fucking photo album right
This
now.
is
Right.
Cali Death history, dude. Yeah, let's hear it.
No, so, you know, like me and my buddy Fernando, you know, we were like learning other, you know, we're playing cover tunes and shit, dude. So we started doing that. We started writing our own little cheesy fucking, like, you know, 13-year-old kid tunes.
Mhm. Hell yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
and then God, man, when
It doesn't matter what you're writing at that time, dude. Just the fact
No,
that
it's
you're
fun.
at that age, you're taking the chance to actually try and make a song. That's
Yeah.
already fucking cool as fuck right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, totally. So about a year later and stuff, I don't know, like I guess because I had older high school kids that, you know, like they would come to the garage and, like, you know, like fucking check out some jams and stuff. And you know, and then this one dude goes, yeah, man, I know this other guitarist, dude, he's fucking awesome and all, you know. And I'd had multiple friends that do that, but then like one particular dude, fucking, he lived like halfway across fucking town. So basically, like my dad would drive me over to the fucking hood in like
Yeah.
central, like, you know, like central San Diego ish area. And and I would jam with this dude, and we learned Metallica songs and fucking Megadeth songs like the same way, and fucking when we played them together, like that the jive was good.
Yeah.
It was really good, and like the first band that I consider myself like more officially in, because we were active in the backyard party scene. Yeah, right.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Party.
Yeah. So yeah, totally. Fucking malicious intent. And then we heard there was a malicious intent from Canada, so we just changed it to malicious. And then
How long did that go for?
2 or 3 years, I think.
Any recordings or anything?
What's my safe word, dude?
No.
It's no. I mean, there is recordings, and for the time being, it's like, fuck, dude. Like, we were kind of trying to be kind of testament,
Nice.
But
I'm down with that.
I didn't know my gear all that well, so I'm like plugging raw into a fucking.
Bro, you don't even want to
800.
hear. You don't even want to know my first recording, dude. You don't even want it. You hear it. You're
now.
gonna be like,
I know, right?
You won't fucking believe it, dude. You're like that.
But
That's
if
what you were doing when you were in high school. You fucking.
If we get
idiot.
1,000 subscribers before a year anniversary, Anthony will release his first demo
With-
live on here.
I don't know about that, dude. Maybe save that for 2,000. I was saying for 1,000, we fucking play the Decrepitated Tormentation for him, dude. Give him that first pilot episode that we yanked when we put up the Deeds episode.
Okay.
Or you could put your rapcore band up.
Okay.
No, but for real, I think that these customers, what the fuck am I talking about? These
Jesus.
listeners would fucking be down with seeing where this actually started. It started with Casey and fucking Joseph interviewing me, So
Yeah,
it's like it all was born in that like few hours right there. I don't know how long that was. That a long one too? Did we go 3 hours with that
it's
one?
like 2 hours or less.
Oh, okay. Either way, maybe if you guys get it to 1,000 before the end of this month,
Yeah.
because it's October. No, actually, like 6 weeks from now, I think.
Can you
Something
believe
like
a
that.
fucking year? I mean, it's
I
for me.
know, dude.
I was episode 3 was when I jumped on. So yeah, but
just
still
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
2.
You
But,
were
oh,
up
yeah,
too.
but-
Yeah, I was gonna say.
well, 2, but the third one, because there's that one, that unreleased one, right?
Was
And then
this
we
kind of-
missed a week.
Well, that's episode 0. It doesn't count.
Okay.
Was,
yeah.
was this kind of pandemic driven, or
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Kinda.
It was October of last year.
But
Fuck.
still be
Fucking-
bad even if we didn't have the shutdown?
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Well,
This is
hell
awesome,
yeah.
dude.
yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, we've been wanting to do it for a long time, and then Joseph and I were just talking about it more and more, and then we were like, dude, we should do it. And then we got Anthony on, and then it was like, I mean, we've told this story a million times, but we're like, dude, you should just like be the guest. You should be the host, And then it was like next one, I was like, let's get Joel on because he was in Decrepit, and that was episode 2, whatever. And then
And I don't know if it was like 1 or 2 weeks we missed last like holiday season. So
Yeah.
it's I don't
Yeah.
know how we actually called the
Well,
anniversary 52 or
Me
call
and
it
Anthony
50.
and me and Casey like constantly we were having these long form phone conversations
Yeah.
weekly or multiple times a week sometimes, and we were just like, and me and Anthony would always just go like, when we were talking, we'd always be like, we should just fucking record this, and like all this like
Mhm.
stupid banter that we have because we're crying, laughing, having a good time. Fucking
How many times
like-
have we like had a conference call just on phone and just gotten shit faced on our
Dude.
couches together?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen the memes though? Like, let's start a podcast. Like, dude, we
Oh, I
should just
know.
record the
I
shit that
know.
we just fucking talking about. Like,
Yeah,
no,
I
we
know.
did catch that.
but
we
it's
did catch
still
that
true.
wave
It's
or jump on that
true.
wave.
It's all good. It's a
But-
great meme because it's so true.
We're talking about Cali Death though. Who else?
Oh
is
well,
talking
the
about
thing
that
is,
shit?
we're lucky as fuck to get the guests on that we've had,
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
we were so stoked to get Deeds on in the beginning. We were like, oh shit, dude. Okay,
yeah.
we gotta like fucking get ready for this one. Like it was our first one, and we were like, I mean, even though we know the guys, it was just like, still just made us nervous in a rad way.
I probably-
you know?
That was
Yeah.
Mike Hamilton, man. Mike Hamilton kind of
Yeah,
like got the
I
ball
mean-
rolling for the podcast because he got,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Deeds
No,
on there
because
for
I
the
was
first
still
one.
freshly in touch with him because he was like hitting me up like, where do I send your care package for doing the album? And then I was just like, dude, I just fucking talked to him like yesterday.
Yeah.
We're talking about continuing this. Let's just fucking do the Deeds episode. And he was just like, fuck yeah. And it just worked out really cool, dude. Now we're talking
It's-
about this thing when
And the first show that that Decrepit ever played in public, Deeds was supposed to headline, and they fell off the balcony, and then Disgorge headlined, and Ed, you did sound for that whole show, right? As Brick by Brick?
Yep. Wait,
our first show.
That was Decrepit Burst's first fucking live
Yeah.
performance.
I think that was. I mean, not ever, because I think they played at our house
at a venue.
Well, yeah, but in
maybe.
public,
Venue.
in public,
At a
it was
venue.
like
Public,
I think it was like February or something, like 2005 or somewhere around there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
right.
So
we got into a car
few-
accident on the way
a
up there.
couple
Yeah.
Decrepit Birth living room episodes. I'm fucking this whiskey's working, dude.
Dude, the show was fucking legendary, dude. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it was
That
so
was-
sick.
What's
I
your
had to
take on
sneak
the
in.
show?
I was
Yeah,
under
Mike-
21. I had to like literally like before like I went in with Decrepit and went in the bathroom stall at Brick by Brick and just sat there for like 2 hours, 3 hours until they opened doors.
Really?
And then I was 20. I think I was 20. And yeah, I just literally, that's how I got in, was just like fucking hiding in the bathroom stall. Just like whenever people would come out and be like, ugh.
Damn,
You're
dude.
taking the
like-
gnarly shit.
Pretending like I had like some gnarly like stomach issue or something. And people were just like getting the fuck out of the bathroom. And then I just fucking heard people like coming in. And I just like wandered out like, what's up, guys? Don't look at my
crazy.
non-wristband or my non-stamp or whatever the fuck. Like I'll just put my hands in my pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
What a crazy fucking day.
Well, you always
Yeah.
did super good sound, Ed. We always were like,
Uh,
yeah, Ed's doing sound so good. You know,
Yeah,
was it many
I
shows?
mean, I love doing it, and fucking, you know, when I'm not doing it, like when they pull the rug under showbiz, then
Yeah.
I'll just grab any fucking set of raw tracks and just fucking throw them on a DAW and just try to get myself in tune with my speakers and their positioning. You know, try to. I mean, dude. I mean, there's a sound that I'm always trying to go for, and I'm trying to make it like big sounding. Might be overkill on some bands, but I mean, like it's just a fucking obsession, man.
What was the inspiration in getting behind live sound and doing recording stuff? Like how did that kick off?
Okay, so then I went to
Or
the
if I
recording.
jumped ahead.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool. It's cool. We can go wherever. I went to a recording school called the Recording Workshop over in Chillicothe, Ohio. Like I think it was like 1996, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So then it was cool because Milwaukee Metal Fest was going on, and I caught the first day of it and won a fucking guitar.
No way.
Nice, dude.
from fucking Jeremy Wagner, dude.
So you're saying you go to the school, but
Yeah.
what inspires you to enroll in a school for this? You know, like what's the moment where you at a
okay.
live show where you're like, fuck, dude.
No. I'll go to the recording part. I think it was my fourth serious band, Toxic Race. My third or fourth serious band. We did demos and we went over to Signature Sound recordings over in San Diego, and I just remember sitting there going, man, it looks fun.
Mhm.
You know, dang, dude, this and that, and then it just kind of peaked. You know, that curiosity just peaked, and I was like, you know what, my mom wants me to go to school for something. I'm like, that's where I'm going to school. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take 6 weeks and fucking
Yep.
learn what I can and see what it was, see how far I could take it. You know, I mean,
Okay.
I wish I went more hungry at it because, you know, because like I just limited myself to like bars and like small venues and stuff. I didn't pay my dues so soon. Doing bigger stuff.
Mhm.
But I mean that's all right because you know I was in a band to try to chase the world somehow, right?
Totally.
Yep.
So I love all this, but I feel like we jumped way ahead. The fact that when I felt that was when you said your fourth serious band, and we're still talking about a high school band, Malicious, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a feeling after I said it.
Fill it in.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to hear about some of those other bands though. Like, so
Oh,
Malicious was in high school, and then what happened after that?
So right about graduation, 1992. No, wait. Malicious ended about 88, 89, or like maybe like even 90. 91. There was another band. It was kind of like a speed metal with melodic vocals, and then like, you know, like really, I mean, fucking, like this is the first time that I've ever fucking tuned my guitar to C. And then you know, we played stuff, I mean, very like semi-progressive, but like, you know, like aggressive drums, and like, you know, we had an awesome drummer, man. Everybody else, everybody clicked very well. I mean, I joined the band, and then, you know, I mean, like I was right about that time, man.
What was this band's called?
Ominous Desolator.
Fuck, that's hard.
That is hard.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like, you know, like Malicious and Ominous Desolator played a lot of backyard parties all around town. There was another band called Infamous Symphony, which is like a kind of a thrash and crossover. You know, I mean, there was RMS. There was another band called RMSD who played fucking lots of Slayer. Like they played Slayer from like the Hell Awaits tour, and you know, fucking there was Legion of Thrash, Santa Claus. I mean, like
a band called Santa Claus.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you've heard of this like kind of like rock and roll band called Sprung Monkey. Okay, so they used to take on a more of a thrashy sound, kind of like a Suicidal XL-ish kind of stuff. And you know, and then, you know, some like Mr. Bungley type of shit with like slap bass too. And I mean, like, but yeah, so I sidetracked myself with like, you're taking me back in a fucking time machine, and I'm like thinking about all the shows that I've been to, and you know, so that
dude, you got a big list, dude.
Yeah, I think I think the question was, what was the San Diego scene like at the time? So
yeah, we never got to that in my bad.
Yeah. So no, I mean, because I did hear that, but anyway, we had bands. We had bands kind of in that format. We were trying to be kind of like the more like, you know, testament-y part, but then like Ominous Desolator had like a Flotsam and Jetsam, but like really fucking heavy, you know, like riffing. And then you know, like yeah, man, I dabbled around with some fucking party shit. You know, and I kind of like, you know, like I had found myself every time that I fucking like start like, you know, doing like party shit with certain people, if I notice that they have like kind of more of an addiction and I start falling into that spot, I end up ghosting them just to stay away from the shit. And
that's,
you know,
a smart
thing.
Good
self-regulation. I do the same thing. Like once things start taking over your life and you understand that things have a control over you, you're like, all right, well, I got to bail.
Yeah, totally. So, you know, I mean, like when I'm not in control of what I'm doing with that, because I'm feeling like pressured by the influencers around me, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not surrounding myself with like, you know, they were good people. I'm not surrounding myself with this situation.
Totally.
So I did that. I've done that a couple times throughout like high school and then into like early 20s and stuff. But so anyway, from Ominous Desolator, like one of my greatest friends, Grover, and he supports a lot of fucking death metal shows, man. Like nice. He supports a lot of like every show, like every
I fucking love Sesame Street, so
shout out Grover, dude.
Yeah, man. Tell him to show you his tattoo, man. He's Grover. But anyway, he introduced me to some cats over by the border over in San Isidro, and they were called Toxic Race, and I was just like, okay, I've never seen them before, but fucking they are fucking badass. Like everybody's like, dude, they're like the fucking Sepultura Arise of San Diego kind of shit.
Sick.
Oh,
you know, and yeah, so I fucking learned some of their shit, and fucking I was in like 5 minutes, like after practicing the fucking cassette tapes, dude, you know.
Oh yeah.
Nice trip.
But yeah, that was Toxic Race. We eventually became Mortis Terror, and then became a 4-piece band, and I was singing at the same time as I was playing. So that
how hard is that, playing the guitar and singing together?
It's hard to learn, but you know, once you know what notes you're down picking or up picking, and whether it phrases a vocal,
the placement
pattern as well. Yeah, so
it's just practice. But are you basically like, so let's say if you were to do that now, is your motor skills that you're, you know, guitar skills that you're playing, is that just going off fucking muscle memory and then you're focusing on vocals, or is it other way around, or are you switching between both, or how does that work? I've always been interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to pick it up now, like,
well, just like no, just like when you're doing like when you're singing and playing guitar, because it's something. And Casey will make fun of me all the time, and same with Anthony. Like I was, I'm like, I'll do backup vocals and Odious, and then like it would come time for it, I'd be like, I don't know.
Well,
I'm like
there's
doing
multiple
this
shows.
riff.
The mic set up for you, and you didn't even go near it the whole set.
I was like, fuck this, dude. This shit's too hard, dude. I can't do both right now. Fuck this.
Yeah. So
how do you separate your brain for that?
Yeah. So before click, like fucking, I'm always like, my mind's always like, focused on the right hand, whether it's a hi-hat or a snare. And then fucking, if I'm doing tremolo picking and fucking, that's my fucking click right there, is that the metronome is the fucking the right hand, or the left hand if he's a fucking lefty or whatever,
Yep.
But when I learn, okay, so I've done this ever since I was, like learning maiden tunes and shit like that. When I learn them, I learn every part. I learn every part and fucking drill the fuck out of it, right? And then fucking I'll learn the next part, and then fucking I'll learn how to tie them together. Like if there's some kind of like a cadence in between or whatever, but every single, I fucking dissect the fuck out of it and make sure that my hand can fucking, my finger, everything can execute. Wow.
Yeah.
That took a lot.
It's all good.
Anyway, yeah. So that's how I would learn shit, man. So like when I took that into playing with other people, and like I'd always make sure that fucking my focus is going to be on the timekeeper. Just anybody else too, but but yeah, I mean, fucking once that happened, then fucking usually the other guitarists, like when we start hearing that we're playing our shit when we're supposed to be playing, even especially on harmonies and stuff. I mean, it just feels so good.
Yeah, dude, when you link up with somebody else, it definitely feels good.
Yeah. Yep.
Doing like vocals and guitar though, I always thought that one of them's got to go to autopilot, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Is that I learned it. So I learned every single part and fucking, like basically bled it on my fretboard that it was natural to fucking just be like that. And then fucking after that, it's like, there's my fucking click track right there. How am I going to syncopate my voice to get my phrasings while I'm playing?
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you're not, dude. I'm definitely not wrong, dude.
I'm like talking as I'm moving my fingers right now, but like, how can I like memorize the pattern of using my fingers a certain way as I'm saying a certain thing?
Yeah. Well, I think the advice that I'm taking away from it is that just drill the fuck out of the guitar, make sure that that's second nature for you. Then it allows a little brain to be open, little spot in your brain. Yeah, you're freeing up some room to like think about other things because you're so locked in with your guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I go even as so far as to turn off my distortion and then fucking make sure I can hear my pick go brr, brr,
yep.
Or
just bring out all the nastiness. Just turn off the distortion, and just every little mistake just gets like accentuated like tenfold.
And once it's clean and impeccably executed on the clean, you're fucking relaxing. And I mean, like once it becomes that second, just that autopilot thing, then it's just lock in. And I couldn't do it now. I've been trying to fucking get my voice, like my singing voice would be kind of a Steve Tucker-ish / like like the lower side of it, Dave Vincent, not the you know what I mean,
not the bow to me first.
No. Like how he sings his stuff now, dude.
Totally. Yeah. No, for sure.
Like that voice sticks out, like
Totally.
But
definitely.
Yeah.
God.
So you're in the San Diego thrash scene. When are death metal bands on the same bill? Where's the crossover into death metal happen?
Okay, I think this is the part where this is where it gets pretty cool, because then we're talking like 91, 92.
Nice, right in the fucking heart of it, yeah.
So Disgorge is originally from Victorville, California. I think we passed by Victorville, and then like Ricky nudged me. He's like, dude, fucking Disgorge was born here. I'm like, Victorville? You serious, dude? I thought you guys were fucking beach kids over, from Mission Bay and stuff. And like, nah, dude. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense now. Because so while this is going on, fucking, Deicide, Morbid Angel, fucking Hypocrisy, Grave, fucking Unleashed, and Immolation, like these shows started coming into the local all ages venue, Soma.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to that shit, and it's like, wow, dude, fucking, I thought that fucking Angel of Death was as fast as it was gonna get.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Infamous Symphony was as fast as it was gonna get. How the fuck, how did it just get topped and stuff, and so here comes Grover fucking hits me up and, dude, check this out, and he fucking gives me a copy that he recorded on a tape of fucking Blessed Are the Sick.
Nice.
And yeah, and then fucking I also heard fucking, like, the first time I heard fucking Lunatic of God's Creation, it was I was just like, I mean, like, I really liked the Satan Factor from like Rain and Blood, and like fucking like the Possessed, like Seven Churches. I mean, just the Possessed thing.
That imagery was definitely a pull for sure when I was young as well.
Yeah, but I felt like I just, this energy was channeled, and that was the fucking projection, was like, that's what it felt like, that projection, like this music, and then fucking like kind of the imagery of it. And I like horror movies too. So
just evil shit, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely what your parents don't want you to fucking be into. Everything that find everything that they don't want you to be into, dude, and you come across Satan very quick.
Yeah. So then okay, so Toxic Race, my guitarist Alex, fucking we were driving around, and then we ran into one of our other friends, Angel. He's all, dude, fucking put this tape in your fucking car right now. And then like, bam, jun 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 jun, force it to your mind, and we're just like, jaws dropped. And then fucking, like the fucking breakdown part, jun 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 jun. I was like, dude.
Is that Effigy?
That was Effigy, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
And it was too much for me at the time, but it was just so fucking heavy. So it ends up going kind of back on the, in the back burner. And I went back to Morbid Angel, and like, and fucking, like all the other bands that I had mentioned, and fucking Gorefest, and like a Swedish death metal, Florida death metal. Fucking Ace Ventura comes out, and fucking Cannibal Corpse, and I did hear, I mean, like I did listen to Butchered at Birth before that came out, but like very shortly before it came out. But so local music scene, I started seeing more fucking like death metal logos and stuff, fucking Silent Ovation, and fucking, like The Haunted, fucking Mausoleum, Damnation. There's all kinds of they're fucking Blackness, and trying to think of who could be missing. There's
I love that none of these names I've heard of, and I'm just like, dude, there's so many rabbit holes to go down in the California metal scene, dude.
You know what though? There's a guy on YouTube that it's something Vault, and he brings out some pretty obscure shit, like fucking like demo tape shit that I mean, like, and that's where I found some of that, I mean,
yeah, dude, good on him for fucking being somebody to still archive that shit and document it, because there's plenty of demos even from bands that I saw at the Pound where I'm like trying to find it, and it's nowhere, dude.
I had the fucking
nothing.
I had the 96 demo, dude. Fucking I had it on cassette, and I don't know what the fuck.
The Disgorge one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So coming back to that. So 91, 92-ish or whatever. Fucking, I'm trying to think of if I've seen Disgorge as a 3-piece, or if it was actually Maddie's first gig with them. But because Maddie he he was playing. He had joined this band called Silent Ovation, and I did see him play some shows. And I was just like, damn, dude, this dude sounds like.
And he was doing gutturals like that already.
Yeah. But
Nice.
it was like the music, because I know they were influenced a lot by like, you know, like that Swedish like death metal, fucking like, you know, the really, you know, dark
mellow death melodic shit.
No, not that Swedish death metal, like fucking like Grave, Into the Grave, and like
okay,
you know, like
yeah,
shit like that, like fucking, you know, old Entombed kind of shit.
Yeah.
And you know, but like, you know, really, it was like fucking watching a heavier Grave, and fucking where's that fucking pitch shifter, you know, underneath this fucking blonde dude's hair, you know?
Yeah.
Where's he hiding it?
And there wasn't. Anyway, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
so then shortly, you know, in a short little time frame, there was a band called Haunted that opened up for shit, man. I can't. Anyways, they opened up for somebody.
And it's not the haunted that we know today, right? It's before, it's predating that.
No.
Okay.
Haunted.
Okay.
And fucking, I guess that's what Silent Ovation became, was Haunted, and fucking that's
with Maddie on vocals.
With Maddie on vocals.
Yeah.
And I do believe that they played the main stage part, and they could have, I don't know, they could have been opening for Morbid Angel for fucking,
nice.
It could have been for Blessed or fucking Covenant. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a totally other show. I just know it's in that era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, I go to this show over in the Dungeon, which is the small stage of Soma Live downtown, and fucking, you know, like my guitar's like, dude, fucking Disgorge is playing. I was like, fucking Disgorge, I haven't even heard of them, man. And fucking dude, their singer is so fucking, at the time he called it core.
That didn't age well.
Yeah.
We should bring that back, dude.
Yeah. Dude.
So core, dude.
But yeah, so
I'm doing
so
it.
So you know, here I see this fucking, I see the same singer. I was like, oh shit, man, fucking Matty. I actually met him because I used to hang out with the guitarist and the drummer who were brothers in Silent Ovation. I remember cruising under their pad, and fucking Matty and a few people were chilling watching fucking Zombie. Like, you know, like just flesh eating shit.
That's so funny.
Zombie. I think it's like the original.
He's still into that shit, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
being at his house,
makes
he's
films,
played
doesn't he?
all that shit.
Yeah. He's making movies
from the
now.
north.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Called
Yeah,
From
he's
the
making
North.
films.
Yeah.
I still have to. I still have to find that first one that he put out, or they put out, but I just haven't had time to really watch movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Tony Freidhofer, fucking Brian. The fuck's his last name, man?
I don't know how to pronounce it off the top of my head.
Yeah, and so it was Brian. It was Brian.
I'll find it.
Yeah, Brian, Tony, and Ricky. Fucking, and hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey,
what's going on?
Brushing those
Good to see you
teeth.
again. It's teeth brushing time.
It's okay. It's okay, babe.
Yeah, no, we're all good.
a family pod.
Totally.
I got 3 of those upstairs right now.
Not jealous. He's great.
As my grandma would say, if you said you had 3 or 4, she's like, "Hey, you figured out what causes that yet?"
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the 4 of them, fucking Tony Freidhofer. If you'd seen him, he shaved his head, man. He had a fucking Devin Townsend skullet, and fucking he was banging his head, and fucking like I was just like, dude, this is like some of the heaviest. This is like, it was still too much at the time. Like, so talk about being ahead of their time. Fucking 91, 92 or whatever year that was. It might have been like 91 to 93, but I mean, dude, like this, fucking, it made fucking Cannibal Corpse look like fucking Ghost.
My first, even though I'm younger, my first introduction was is Funeral. No, not Funeral Inception. There's a song that was on Human Waste that's also on Effigy. I forget which one.
Catatonia. Or no, not that catch. That's on Despise the Sun. Shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Shit.
There was one that they re-recorded for Effigy, and I heard it on a Roadrunner
Is it
compilation.
Jesus Wept?
No,
I think that's on Effigy.
because that one's on.
Yeah, no, that's
on
the
Breeding,
one
isn't it? Didn't they redo it?
Jesus Wept is on Effigy, right?
Yeah, that's the last song on there.
Yeah,
it's
but
also on
there's another
Human
one
Waste, right?
too.
Do you even suffo, bro?
Do I even? I guess I don't right now.
Oh, they didn't they do dun 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 digga 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 dun 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 digga digga on
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Catatonia.
that's not the one.
No, that's not Catatonia. It's not.
No,
No.
It's not.
Joseph,
that is
help me
Breeding.
out,
That's
dude.
the title.
Pull up Human Waste.
No,
What are all the
that's
tracks right now?
like
I am.
it's not the one that.
Can I before I change my tab?
All right.
Brian, I want to shout out Brian Ugartechia. This is
yeah,
bassist
okay.
for Disgorge from 92 to 95.
So don't feel bad for not remembering.
But now I'm gonna look up the Suffocation Human Waste track list.
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Go
dude.
for it.
Yeah, dude.
In the meantime, I'll talk about me and Joseph's. We went and saw BT Bam.
Shenanigans.
Oh yeah,
So,
tell us about it.
We basically Trevor, my roommate, best friend, whatever. But we went to he just got off tour for this band Warship, which is actually a fucking rad stoner rock band. That he
Warship
joined.
is sick.
Yeah, they're actually really good. But
Nice.
I missed it because I was waiting for my COVID test. They were playing the night of the podcast last time, and I could have gone, but I was still waiting for it and didn't want to go. So I went and picked him. His tour ended in San Diego. Met him in LA, Garden Grove. We figured that BT Bam's playing the same day. Let's just get tickets, get hotels. Let's just go fucking get a hotel right next to the venue and just show up and fucking watch BT Bam play like a full, they do like a full discography, best hits plus great misdirect. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna see that. Like, they had it in Sacramento too, but I was like, no, dude, I'm gonna go fucking check this out. But basically, like, it was awesome. It was this little tiny amphitheater in Garden Grove. It's actually like a mini amphitheater. It was actually I was very impressed with the sound, and there's a bar next to the stage, and it was just like you literally could just go on the bar and like stand on stage and just watch them. Like you're like fucking 10, 15 or 20 feet from him, 15 feet from them.
And that's the picture that I saw you and Joseph.
Yeah, that's me just drinking at the bar and watching them. And there's like, it's like me only standing there. Like, it's like, there's not like a whole bunch of people around there. It's just like, I just stand on the fucking stage and watch them play. Yeah. But yeah, no, they were incredible. Fucking nailed everything perfectly. Just like insane.
We're just talking about Suffo right now.
Oh no. So we're talking about. So I wanted to dive into. I just got back. Why I just got back from LA an hour or two ago. Okay. I actually was just literally hanging out with Joseph in LA like yesterday night.
We saw Between the Buried and Me at the Garden Amphitheater.
Yeah,
Garden
they played
Grove.
like a full like 2 hour thing, I think, right?
Yeah, it was like
and
2 hours,
It's like
20
a
minutes.
rush. It's like a rush show.
Yeah, and they had an intermission and all that shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is awesome!" I could get, and there's like no lines for I was just gushing about the Garden Grove Amphitheater, whatever the fuck that is, like a little tiny amphitheater, probably holds like what, maybe 1,000 people at most. Maybe
It's small for an
less.
amphitheater.
Yeah, probably like 800 or something. It's
Yeah.
small.
That's so cool though.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's
And
cool, super
Hella
cool.
dope.
all of Transcend the Realm carpooled there. So shout out to Tony. He picked up Christian, and then he picked up me, and then he picked up Max, and then we rolled out to the show, and then we fucking tailgated the show with like their home beer because they are all home brewers.
Damn,
Nice.
you guys are making me hella jealous the last couple of weeks. dude.
Yeah,
I know,
Anthony,
right?
you fucking need to come down. No, we're gonna
I know,
start
it was-
doing that next at the end of this.
Let's go see
month.
Ontogeny, dude.
We're gonna go see Ontogeny together. Okay,
Yeah.
Where is it?
San Francisco,
Yep.
What
September 25th,
It's a Saturday.
6th. Yeah.
Ooh,
It's a
okay, well, I'll be
Saturday
there
in the
too.
city. Yeah,
I'll
But,
be there too,
dude.
and I'll carpool with Anthony, and he's gonna let me stay in his house.
nice.
Dude, we're gonna just fucking Uber, dude.
Yeah.
Uber.
No, but
Okay.
all in all, it was a fucking amazing show. Go check that out. Between the Buried and Me. I mean, Dusty bummed me out by sitting in a chair the whole time, but we'll talk about. I think he hurt his back or something. He just looked so bummed and was just
Yeah.
playing like
That's
sitting
not
in a chair the whole time. And
Oh,
I was
you
just, like,
singing in a chair?
sitting in a chair the whole time, just sitting
That's
there.
not
like,
the first time somebody's been sitting in a chair while they play. Somebody hurt their back in the day when the Pound was still open, he was one of the guitar players was sitting in a chair.
I heard he's got like
dude, what if he has some like lasting
back...
injuries from
he's got some
whatever.
I mean, someone told me because I was
he broke his back. He broke his back back in the day.
I was there with Derek Widquist, the Faceless singer guy.
Demon
guy, just one of my best friends for all time. That one of those guys.
You guys will soon. He'll be on this shit soon.
I got to meet Derek. It was cool. He's rad.
Fucking we went to the bars later. It was a great night. But like Derek was touring with him and he said like, oh, Dusty's got this like back issue. And like sometimes he'll just sit there. He just looked pissed though. Like he didn't look like he was having fun at all. Kind of brought down my vibe a little bit. I know he's hurt and it sucks. And I have his signature guitar right here. $2,800, I was basically, it's like this nice PRS Dusty Waring model. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I get to watch him play it. Like, I don't know why I was just like nerding out on that. I was like, sick, dude. And then he just looked like, he's just like, fuck this, dude. He was like playing like so bummed. And Trevor was just he's bringing down my vibe right now, dude.
Dude,
but
I think he like it probably, some fucked up.
Like, I know. I'm being a dick.
Long-lasting shit.
I'm just joking around.
It didn't bring the vibe down for me because I was just like lit, so it was fun.
Also, too, that we were standing, we were down on the floor. You could just like the amphitheater is so cool. The place is sold out. You could just walk right down and just go walk in front of whoever you want to watch play.
Yeah, they didn't crowd it. Yeah,
that's not crowded at all. Yeah. Like you could just like go easily to whoever you want to watch play and just watch them shred for a while. Go get a beer, watch someone else shred. Go and stand on stage. Go. I was like, gee, this is
more metal bands should play the Garden Amp. It's a good spot.
I'm very impressed by that place. I mean, it's also like at Disneyland basically too. So it's probably
you guys are pulling me in, dude. We can have
I know. But I'm saying like if the lyrical content's a little edgy, they'll probably be like, nope. They're definitely that area. Like they will cancel shows if it's Satan or stuff like that. They'll totally
they used to do that at the House of Blues. It's not even in the downtown Disney area, but that bands would get canceled once they figured out what you were about.
Totally. So, they read the lyrics and they're just like, nope, you're not playing here anymore. Canceled. Like,
so
Jesus. Like,
I'm gonna get us back. Anthony, was it mass obliteration?
What did somebody just say my name? Who said my name?
Yeah, me.
Oh.
I'm looking at the Human Waste track.
Oh, there we go.
Is it mass obliteration or synthetically revived?
Synthetically revived. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay.
That's the one that you were humming, right?
We recorded both of those on.
Yeah, I think so.
For
okay.
I think.
But it was the Human Waste version that I heard.
It is that. But is that synthetically revived?
Oh, that's infecting the crypts.
Infecting the crypt. That's the one. I couldn't think of that name. I was like, God damn it.
I couldn't.
That's infecting the crypts.
Jesus Christ. I didn't know why I should have. That's number one on the track list here. And I'm like, well, he would have known.
And the bass drums on that demo.
No, I just couldn't think of it, dude.
It almost sounds like only one of them are registering.
Yeah. That's the greatest song, dude. That song is so sick.
That's my first stuff I was on. I was like, I need to hear more, dude.
That's definitely on the Human Waste demo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like that.
Oh
yeah, exactly.
No, I clicked Catatonia. I was just
all right, cool. Ed, take us back to seeing Disgorge live for the first time, and that's where you were at, and where it goes from there.
Yeah, it was too nuts. It was too nuts, man. I had to. I mean, like, as far as it was the craziest shit that I ever fucking heard, and then fucking I still kept on with like the Florida whatever, like the death metal that was a little bit more out, and then God, man, you know what? When I started getting into the more brutal side of things, Disgorge and Deeds of Flesh played over at this place called the Pelican Pub. This is probably when was Gradually Melted. When did the fucking tape come out?
95, I think.
95, yeah. So they were kind of pushing that. Dude, I had that tape too, motherfucker. Anyway, that's when I started getting, I was like, I wanted to get more, like faster and crazier, and Origin came out, and I actually tried out for Deprecated once, and
sick.
It was too much.
Yeah.
it was kind of too much. I mean, like the sound was like the sound was different. I mean,
it was because it was so fucking saturated. So it was like what I had going on, no matter what I think at the time I was playing an 88 through a Marshall, and no matter what I had, I couldn't get like locked up with I think Greg was playing at the time. And Derek was trying to show me some stuff, and then I mean like this, I mean the ultra extreme shit is something that you really have to like submerge yourself into. And I thought I submerged myself with like whatever I was like learning and playing and stuff, but then like it was just like I wasn't feeling it entirely at the time. It was cool to listen to and stuff.
Was there like a bit of a generational difference because you're like a little older than those guys?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel like the kids these days are like going too hard or something? Like it's like, or is it just kind of like I don't know? These are just kids from the scene, or just doing something a little different, or guys from the scene.
Okay. I don't think so. I really don't think so, because I mean, like from where my music history started. I mean, like fucking, I watched. I mean, like it happened in front of like my ears and eyes. The involvement from rock and roll into metal, and metal into like fucking the branch extremes. Like the branch genres, and and to whatever it ends up today. I mean, like I got to see that whole fucking transformation or expansion.
And some black metal, right? You got into black metal pretty early on too.
Yeah, I did. Never wanted to play it, but like listening to it, it was. I mean, it was. I guess what I'm getting at is, I'd play to feel the music, or I'd listen to feel the music. And I mean, and that still happens today, and thus by comes to the whole question of what inspired me to become, like to try to chase like audio engineering. Was that critical listening, and like fuck dude, and that actually started opening my ears to like shit that I never ever thought I would like listen to. Whether it be like orchestras or opera and fucking like like recorded shit. Like I have a little bit of an audio file that I'll listen to whatever something just because it says hi-fi and I have a subwoofer in my car kind of thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, that whole, once I started getting the listening spectrum between 20 to 20, then the tech part of, like the science part of it, like, the study starts to come in. And, I mean, I loosely did audio for small clubs and like, like smaller venues and like a couple of like private or public events. And then, throughout that time, I was still chasing the world with a guitar, trying to get, trying to see what I can, what I can get myself into, or I mean, it'd be better if I could fucking create it. And, I mean, I was like this time that I was in Toxic Race, and then we had changed our name to Mortis Terror, and then I started singing and playing at the same time. That's when we started doing the recording shit, and eventually I really wanted to get into recording, so I went to this school over in Ohio for 6 weeks, came back, and then I interned over at another recording studio over in Rancho Bernardo, Studio West it was called at the time. And I interned there for like 2 years, and then a friend of mine, her husband was a live audio guy, and we went to a party at their house. He fucking brought a PA and a mixer, and fucking, like he's like, dude, you want to mix this band? He had one of our friends' bands was playing, and I was just like, dude, this is fun. He's like, dude, you know what, man? You can, it's easier to get work doing live than it is recording, I'm like, is it? I had no fucking idea. Eventually I started getting more and more into that, but I was still working construction. So I would be like 6 to 2:30 and then fucking I would like hang out, eat dinner and stuff. Okay, I'll fucking sound check at 7. So I'd go to whatever bar, like I could work at. And I started working over at Brick by Brick as one of those bars. And I mean that man, that really fed the machine because Morbid Angel started coming over there, Nile started coming over there, fucking all these death metal shows. Cannibal Corpse came there with fucking Dark Funeral. I got to mix Dark Funeral just before fucking the dude mixing Cannibal Corpse got to mix them, and just more music and more death.
I want to say the first time I ever met you was at Brick by Brick.
Oh really? Carnivorous?
Probably, dude. I mean,
yeah, that was the first time I met you too. Definitely.
Oh shit. Okay.
Those double duty little West Coast deals we did. You did sound for us one night.
Who were you playing with, man? Or was it the Jumping Turtle?
No, we played.
We did Jumping Turtle too.
We did do that. But
it's been multiple
specifically
times.
remember you doing sound for a show at Brick by Brick, and we did it twice. So I don't know if
was that on tour with the Meth or something like that, or
no? It was the Severed,
Emeth.
Decrepit, Odious Carnivorous. I thought it was that double duty.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude, so many shows, dude.
I know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Those are very influential shows for me, like getting started and stuff like that. That's like some of the first, seeing the Disgorge show with Deed's supposed to play and stuff like that was huge, obviously, for me too. And like, I was basically for Disgorge, they were always so gnarly on album. I was just like, Jesus, like it just like it would like beat me up. I'd be like, I'd just be like, like in the corner. But I saw you guys play live and I was like, oh fuck. Okay, well, I get it now. I get it all comes together. Like the live Disgorge experience and that's why like it's so, I'm not saying that's why Indonesia is like obsessed, but like I get it. Like live, I'm just like, oh my God, they're like one of the best live bands I've ever seen. Like it's just like natural, like it's this kind of natural, like primal fucking thing that comes out of you, and like with your guys' energy and how, like, because you were in the band like the first time I ever saw them, and with the Diego and I think it was AJ on vocals, and I was just like, the fucking energy was just like so just like caveman, like it made me like want to just go into the fucking and hurt myself in the pit. Like I was like I was very just like propelled to go into the pit. Like I didn't know why. It just like was like a tractor beam that just brought me to the pits. Like you need to go like hit people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when did you join Disgorge? What year?
Wow, the questions is coming. It's just falling right into place, dude.
Cool.
Oh
yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right, so Mortis Terror, fucking, we ran with that name for probably about another like 8 years. I think it was in that band for like 10 to 12 years. And then like I started burning out, just doing the same stuff and playing the same stuff. And I don't know if we knew how to really get out and just fucking like throw down, Mm-hmm. And the year 2003, I don't know how the fuck. I'm trying to remember how the fuck this like kind of came to, but fucking Ricky hit me up and goes, "Hey, fucking, you want to go on tour with us, dude? Like, fucking, we're gonna be supporting Incantation." And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" At the time I was working at a guitar store over in Claremont, Kearny Mesa area, and I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. So we went. I mean, I was already a fan of Consumed and Forsaken. I mean, and how could I not be? Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's the one that really like threw me in. I mean, dude, I mean, like Cranial Impalement fucking just smacked me in the face when that came out. But then I realized that it was 2 demos put together, and I don't remember fucking, I don't remember Deranged Epidemic, like on the tape. But when I fucking heard it on Extremities release, I was just like, what the whoa. And I loved it. Still didn't entirely have the desire to fucking go and learn and play it. And, I mean, Disgorge is Disgorge, and I'm doing whatever, but then so
What was it like learning it?
Okay. Well, we'll go back to the tour thing for a second, because then like,
yeah, no problem.
Once we were wrapping up the tour and stuff like that, it's like we'd be, long drive for like just talking all kinds of shit or whatever, and then fucking like, fucking I made a joke. So when you guys thinking of getting another guitarist and shit, and then fucking I swear I saw Ricky and Diego like do this kind of like to each other, and then fucking. And then I don't remember what came of that exact conversation, but we ended up just kind of doing our thing, going back to life as normal off the road, and then shit, man. I think fuck, dude, I want to say about February or March of 2004. Was it? I don't know if it was Ricky or Diego. It was one of them, and fucking he's like, hey, dude, fucking like. How would you feel about fucking learning some Disgorge tunes, dude? And fucking, like if it works out, then fucking becoming a second guitarist. And I was just like, I was burnt out in my other band. Like, like I was like, fuck, man. What's funny is that on that side backtrack on that tour, when we passed by San Diego, remember how I did sound over at that Disgorge and, like the Decrepit Birth show? I did the same thing on tour. I did sound and I played like for that tour. It was cool.
Yeah.
So I mean perhaps maybe that kind of like sparked them into like like popping into their heads. But so back over to March 2004, I'm all like, I'll give it a shot. Fuck, dude. I mean, like what's going to be the hardest tune to fucking learn? And I think Diego's like Perverse Manifestations. I'm all like,
yeah.
I'm like, how about Demise, dude? Like,
It's hilarious.
So fucking, we worked it out, and then fucking we kind of started making like, little makeshift tabs that he could understand what he's writing, and then I can understand where he's coming from, kind of thing. And then fucking we tabbed out that whole song, and I just kind of sat with it for a couple of weeks. Took me probably about like fucking 3 weeks to get it down. And then, like when I had done that, I'm like, all right, cool. Give me something easier. And fucking what? I think it was Atonement.
Mm-hmm.
The easiest song. And I'm like, fucking, I'm like, that wasn't too much easier to learn than Demise to execute anyway. I mean, fucking, and it's like two different guitar styles, and fucking, so here I go back to the fucking, like focus and discipline of fucking switching my shit over to clean and playing every single note like how he's tabbed it. And then when we started jamming it after that 3 weeks, and fucking a couple little iron outs on palm mutes, and then fucking I was just like, fuck, dude, all right, cool. Fucking we're gonna go. This is probably maybe about April or May at this point, like, just before May. And then Ricky had told me, dude, fucking Earache wants us to fucking go on tour with Suffocation out in Europe. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna kick myself in the ass if I don't fucking take this up. So yeah. I'm just like, dude, let's do this. He's all fucking, dude, we gotta play like a 10-song set, dude. I'm like, I have 2 down. I have 6 to go. He's like, can you learn it? Can you learn it by June? And fucking, this is stuff that's on Parallels as well, and I was like, fuck, man, I will try to get 10. I will at least have fucking 8, and maybe be able to play the 9 if I fucking practice if I practice like on the plane or whatever before our first show or something. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So they gave me the keys to the fucking studio, and I just fucking hit everything. I mean, me and Diego hung out a lot, and fucking over at the fucking band room, and fucking we hit those tabs, and then fucking we just we would drill, and fucking it's like I got him to start fucking picking clean. And then we fucking both would just jam whole songs clean, and fucking, if we fucked up, like we
I would
you know,
love
like,
to hear a clean Disgorge song.
Yeah, dude, I love it. And that's like, I mean, I love that you're diving into this because, like, for how insane Disgorge is to me, and it's so above like what it's like one of the, like, I want to ask you. I know you're kind of going into it right now, and it's kind of might be a good time for it.
That's fine.
Of how the fuck do you like because it's so like I remember like
how do you
being
organize all that?
Yeah, and Decrepit Birth, like I know I had to learn Anti Begins and stuff. Was supposed to be it's super hard and stuff like that, whatever. But like Disgorge has this kind of like there's a fucking million riffs in there that are very they're just like hidden because they're not like you can't really. It's so much going on at once. It's like so much. Like how do you attack a Disgorge song? Like how do you just listen to it like 1,000 times and then to attack it, or do you start just learning it right away, or how do you like? You have to get the memorization down first, and then you could put like reference to those riffs because like it's so much going on, so many riffs, so fast, and it's ever changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd always like I would grab everything that was recorded of the set, and then like. Okay, it's in a CD player in my fucking truck, in a fucking Walkman.
Yep. Yeah.
In my fucking tape cassette adapter thing in my truck, and then fucking that, I would listen to it when I'm driving to work or fucking, I'll get the feel of each and every song as we go, like kind of as we go, and then like I would kind of preview as I'm in the middle of learning another song, and then just keep on attacking and attacking. I got to 8 songs, and and I had half of the 9th song to go, and then fucking yeah, man, I learned the 10th song. I was able to play the 10th song of the set probably after like the 3rd or 4th show. And I'm sitting here like fucking trying to drill it, trying to get to play it. And I've got fucking Terrence Hobbs just like looking all, and like, man, all right, fucking, this is Hobbs, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I need to fucking I just need to stare at my fucking Walkman and fucking, and and it was really cool to like, fucking like do this shit because all they hear is just my pick slapping on the strings. And then fucking Hobbs is like, dude, that's so fucking sick, bro. And like I'm just like, dude, like like a little kid.
There's your motivation to keep going and fucking
totally. You got one of your idols is telling you you're killing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then so at the 3rd show, like, okay, first show of the tour, cool, man, we fucking nailed it, we got lucky. 2nd show, it's like, oh fuck, dude, what the hell happened? 3rd is like, okay, we're ironing out. For I think in our experience, every time that we went on tour that we hadn't been on tour for a long time or whatever, fucking it would take that 4th magical show, and then fucking all of a sudden we're just every fucking band is like crushing it. Nice. Like all of a sudden it's like in that's about the time where everybody's like starts to really watch
down their groove. Like,
yeah, and every single band just fucking smashes.
Totally. That's rad.
So sick.
How long was that tour?
That tour I believe was like 5 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 5 weeks across Western Europe.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, dude, this is my first fucking tour. I mean, like I went.
So wild. Your first tour out of the country, and Terrence Hobbs in the same van as you.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the first fucking time that my guitar has taken me across the fucking Atlantic, or you know what I mean?
Like
and
a
like
fucking superhero, probably, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it was just surreal, dude. Like, I mean, it was like, fuck, man, thanks, dude. I'm glad you guys been thinking. I've been thinking, kind of like when you get in an awesome ass fucking relationship.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude,
totally.
like, and you start knowing, like, dude, this is gonna be fucking badass, dude.
Oh yeah,
dude.
But yeah, that was an amazing that was an amazing fucking experience, man. And
so you come back from that, and then what happens from there?
So what happens from there, dude? We just signed a record deal with Pavement, and we're like, dude, but you got to get the fucking you got to get that album ready to go, and fucking so here we go. I'm fucking working on parallel shit, and fucking and it's man, there's that album riff wise, like I don't even know how I'd be able to play fucking a quarter of a song. Maybe except for like maybe Abhorrent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the only song in the set from that album right now.
But
That's the only one I've learned. Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, there's so many fun riffs on that fucking album, man. Like, I mean, like I really wouldn't mind fucking grabbing a couple of those tunes and fucking, you know, like doing that in a set. That'd be.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You know.
That was
note,
the album.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Just so we have AJ singing with To Violently Vomit right now, so we've been focusing on the Consume the Forsaken material.
Nice.
But after we've kind of figured out which songs from Consume we want to do. And then I'm like, okay, after that, instead of trying to learn all of that album, I want to bring some parallel shit in and learn maybe like Enthroned Abominations or fucking Descending Upon, was it Compulsive Devourment or something? Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like I'm a fucking Parallels guy because so Disgorge kind of came on later for me. I was like basically like, you know, once I saw you guys live, I was just like, oh my God, like this isn't like the craziest shit I've ever seen. And then Parallels dropped pretty much, maybe dropped right then or soon after. And I was like, what the fuck? Because everyone was like, Consume the Forsaken, Consume. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking sick. But dude, Parallels, something about Parallels just has this like fucking anger to it that in the recording and everything, I just love everything about it. Like that I'm like a, you know, I'm a new school, I guess. A new school as I'm like only been listening to you guys for like 13-14 years, but like a new school Disgorge fan, I would say, because I can't that I started with that album, then I reverse engineered and went back in the discography and was like, oh okay, all right, like, and then like figured it all out when everyone already knew all the stuff that like I'm learning about, you know, in my death metal, you know, upbringing or whatever, and being in bands and stuff. But yeah, no, Parallels was just like, that was like, and I don't think it gets mentioned enough. That's why I kind of bring that up, because I feel like Consume the Forsaken is the one that always people bring up. And I'm like, for me, it's just Parallels, dude. That's, to me, that's like so fucking insane to me. It's like, mind blowing, dude.
I totally agree, Joel. And I think that like back when that came out, we felt that way like a lot, you know. Like, I think there's something about that album, like even like when we first saw the art and stuff, we're like, whoa, tripped out. That's going to be crazy. And then it's just so good. Like, the album is so, yeah, I know, but it's sick. It's cool though. And like, but the music is so good. Like, it's, I mean, I love all the Disgorge stuff, you know, of course.
Yeah, me too.
But honestly, I felt that way. And I remember seeing you guys like a bunch of times. And like, you know, I saw them like back in the day, like on, you know, the first Bloodletting and stuff. It was just Diego and stuff, and it was like so fucking badass. But seeing both guitars and like seeing you guys, like I have this like specific memory. It was the last time I saw you guys at the Brick by Brick, and it was like just both of you guys on the guitars, and it like it was so like heavy and dark. Like just the sound was just so perfect.
I think that's what caught me was I'm pretty sure it was when you.
Oh, Joel,
you muted yourself.
What was that, Joel? Say it again.
Sorry, it's me. When you go when you go Forgotten Scriptures into Descending, like that fucking drop, I was just like, oh my God, it's like the nastiest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Just
and
like,
I was like,
oh.
I just turned into like this, like fuck, I just turned into this mutant and just have to like go like attack people.
That's true.
Like,
it's so good. Yeah,
just like it like changed me. I was like, oh my God, dude, it's like. It was so good. Still like literally one of the heaviest things I've fucking ever heard.
Like Suffo status, dude. It was kind of like, dude, you guys.
Well, it just has this like raw, like fucking pissed, like organic. I don't even know. It's not like what you'd expect from a normal like dun 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 dun. It's just all like dun dun. It's just like, and you basically have to like, you have to like get violent. And I was like super surprised when I was like in the pit. I'm like, why am I just like I just like lost my shit. Like I didn't even know what I was doing until like I was done. You know what I mean? It was like it just
you got totally the Holy Ghost, dude.
It just hit me in a part of my brain where I was like, this is the craziest fucking thing I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what was your role? What was your role in putting that album together? You recorded one half of the guitars. Is that right?
Did I record one half of the guitars? I think we were pretty much all in. Oh, there might have been, and I don't know what song, but there might have been something where me and Diego's attack on whatever riff it was wasn't jiving. So then one of us had to grab the other's guitar and fucking just play like fucking four bars of something.
But are you like, you're like guitar left or like, yeah.
When you're facing stage, I'm on the right. So yeah, guitar. I'm pretty sure I'm guitar left.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the craziest like double tracked albums ever. Just to be able to play that material and be as locked in as you guys were is insane. Because I can imagine Diego doubling himself, but like to get someone to be able to play that is, I mean, we haven't done it yet. So, it's like you're the only guy who's been able to do it.
Stage presence though with Diego was like the perfect. It was a perfect mix. Like, and you guys both just like had this like fucking like pressure vibe to you that were just like, it was like it was, you guys worked like perfectly together. You know what I mean? Like it was like just fucking ballet of brutal death. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, your style live and your stage presence live is so good. Like, and I'm
it's a Bob Vigna influence right there, dude.
Yeah.
That's what
Bob Vigna.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, like he plays his fucking riffs like he wants to fucking break his guitar, dude. Like, and it's that whole feeling that started building up ever since I fucking heard like fucking like Rain in Blood or something of that caliber, like even like Creator, Violence and shit like that. I mean, fucking the riffs sound like fucking they could be played like you want to break that fucking guitar. And
totally.
And then damn, dude, like and to feel that to feel that and portray that, or not portray, but perform, execute in that with that kind of intensity. I mean, like intensity, whatever. I mean, like fucking it's like it's kind of cool to feel that, and then like feel how much it can reach, like the fuckers at the pit or who's not in the pit. That's like totally like fuck yeah, like that's the high, ultimately. I mean,
you can tell with you that, I mean, because watching you play that it's very like, it's not, what's the word? You're not forcing yourself to have good stage presence. It's just coming out of you. Like there's not like I feel like it's like a organic with you. You kind of have this like kind of circular thing going, right? Kind of like this like kind of like yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, I saw it right away and I was like, oh fuck. It's like, it's just all like just it was like it's not like you're not like looking at yourself in the mirror before the set and going like, this is what I'm gonna do live. It's just like, it's just flowing out of you, like it's through the music. You know what I mean? I could just I felt that vibe immediately from the band when I saw them live. But no, I felt that like organic just anger, or I don't know, pissed. It was just so pissed, but it wasn't like you weren't like in a mirror going like, I'm gonna look cool on stage. You were just like fucking just like you were just had a fucking like an axe. You were just like fucking axing the crowd. You know what I mean? That's basically what I felt like. I'm drunk now, but whatever. I'm gonna let it all come out now.
Are you saying this is like what is that fucking Juggalo Fest? ICP with the hatchet.
The hatchet man. No, it's way sicker than the hatchet man.
That was a guilty pleasure of mine for a while, man. Like,
I never even gave them a shot. Like as far as
the earlier albums are kind of fun.
Exactly.
Okay.
Stop at Great Malenka. There you go.
Well, dude's got heart failure now, right? And he's gonna do their like last tour or something, right?
What?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
He's got heart failure.
Yeah, the guy,
Violent
the big
J?
guy. Yeah, the big guy. Yeah, he's got heart failure and he's gonna do one last tour. And I think
Shaggy Toot Up was just on YMH, Your Mom's House podcast, dude.
Oh, really?
He's the newest episode, dude. They show him the guy that's got the makeup tattooed on his face.
Does he have a tattoo?
No. So he just does the makeup because he's smart. This guy's a fan and fucking tattoos Violent J's. Like,
dude, I've seen so many fucking face, clown tattooed people,
but like, obviously he like does the TikTok and says like, I immediately regret this.
Oh
like,
yeah, everyone does. Like
drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, at the time you're like, this is gonna be sick, dude. I'm gonna look like this for the rest of my life. I'm like, bro. You're number 4. You're like, shit. Like I can't get hired. No one wants to talk to me.
Dude, I'll tell you what though. I mean, like fucking like back in those, like Malenko and like 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 Malenko, fucking Riddlebox, and fucking like the Jekyll
Carnival
Brothers.
of Carnage.
Well, I mean, but
Ringmaster.
particularly in those three albums eras, fucking
Yeah.
Man, the only other place that you'll have as much fun in a pit as you would with like Slayer or say like Suffocation, like I seen them in '93 with Vader over at fucking over at Bing Crosby Hall in LA.
ICP with Vader?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no. Suffocation with Vader. So
you didn't know about that, dude?
Okay, yeah, right.
'93, they were rolling with the death metal fucking tours.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, totally. Straight out of Detroit. But fucking so Suffocation over at that, in '93 with Vader. Fucking every Slayer pit that I've been into, fucking the craziest fucking pits that I ever been in. Right?
Most violent, fucking like the biggest dudes. Like it's the craziest people.
The next best thing is a fucking ICP pit in that fucking era.
Wow.
Dude,
what a trip.
Did you get sprayed with Fago?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's a Guar show, dude. It's a Guar thing with the fake blood. They just use Fago.
Yeah. First time I saw Gore, man, their fucking compressor fucked up on them.
They got Fago down the street from the shop, dude. And when I go in there for like fucking
you just look at
an energy drink or a snack. Well, I haven't done that in a while, but I go in there. I'm like, dude, they got 1 liter Fagos for like 79 cents, dude.
I heard it was just like shit. I thought it was just like
I've done it before, dude. I think we got like 3 of them, and 2 of them were flat.
Yeah, I've heard that Fago is just Shasta with a different label.
Oh, well.
Okay. Is it the same company or something, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So just change the label.
They'd still be around if ICP was around. Didn't fucking.
I've always harshly judged ICP and never wanted to give them a shot.
Dude, they're not like the dopest. They're not even dope rappers. They're not. They're
funny.
Some of the shit's
okay.
comedy.
It's comedy. Is where
and it's just like a lot of it's cheesy, like cheesy horror rap. It's totally like obviously these dudes aren't really. They wear clown makeup, dude. Like, you think these guys are serious?
Maybe that's where I missed it. I was like, you guys are dressed like clowns. I'm like, they're all.
If you go on it with a comedy like outlook, there's some stuff that'll make you like giggle, And some
okay.
And the beats are, the beats. Then the production's well done. You gotta give them all that.
Well, it's definitely like a definitely polarizing band that people like either fucking are into them or fucking hate them. There's not like I feel like there's not like I've never like really ran into people that were like, yeah, I kind of like them. It's either like you're in or you're out. It's like there's not like the people that are
you're like looking for like dope musicianship and all that. Turn that shit off and just go in with like a fucking Neanderthal brain, your caveman brain, and just fucking laugh it up and be like.
So what albums? So for the listeners, because I have always made fun of this band for my whole life, but I'm open-minded now. And what albums? If you had to give,
I can't believe I'm about to do this right now, but I can
whatever, dude. Your rap band's coming out after 1,000
All right,
subscribers.
So the first one is Carnival of Carnage. That's the full length, and then in between, I'm gonna write this down. There's EPs too. So like Beverly Kills 90 whatever. That's a fucking dope EP. That's got Esham, who's like another underground Detroit rapper, horrorcore style. Fucking Ringmaster.
What's your number one? Because I'm not gonna listen to all these.
Fucking Riddlebox, dude.
Yeah, I would go Riddlebox because that's like right before
Malenko.
Yeah, that's those 2 albums right there. I would say
so those are your Rain and Bloods.
Yeah, but then if you actually get into it and you're like, oh, I want to check out more, Carnival of Carnage has some like, they have a song that's like a spin-off of Wizard of Oz that's kind of fucking entertaining. He's always like, they're always talking about like, killing and fucking, they're like zombie dudes that don't die no matter how much you try and kill them. Fucking, it's just fucking, it's comic books in rap, bro. That's what it is.
We'll start with this. How about what's your favorite song? I'm starting with that.
I don't know, dude. I don't
know. I'm gonna bring us back, dude.
I think we gave enough information on ICP.
Yeah. Right, I mean, just give me one song. Give me one song, and then I'm done.
The Ned game's pretty fun, dude. The Ned game off. I'm
gonna give him one chance. I'm giving him one chance.
All right, Ed.
Yeah. All right.
What's the next? Is there anything significant before Disgorge heads over to Asia, or is that the next big topic?
Parallels comes out, and then we actually, I think before Parallels came out, we went to Tokyo. We did Tokyo Death Fest. I think it was number 2.
I think there's some classic footage of that one on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, some black
So
and
you
white,
already like fucking,
multi
dude.
camera angle.
I
Yeah.
already did Europe. Let's hit up Asia. What's up? You're ready.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Japan. I was born there. Fuck, dude. How much?
Oh,
more?
dude, that's fucking cool.
You know
That's
what I mean?
awesome.
So like on the spiritual aspect or whatever you want to call it, you know, I mean, that's I mean, it was really huge for me. And fucking I sat there going, dude, I'm gonna do this for a while, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and so there we go. Before the Europe thing, fucking they did the first run of Indonesia shows while I was fucking learning the stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then so just before or actually I think after Parallels came out, that fucking, you know, of course, man, fucking Eco gives us this call and you know, and fucking, hey man, we're gonna tour Indonesia, fucking and fucking I was like, all right, sweet. And then fucking all of a sudden, fucking dude, we're going to fucking Australia and New Zealand and fucking Thailand. And then
Crazy.
yeah. Oh, I mean, like, you know,
All the spots that I want a vacation to.
yeah, right. Visit Murray or something, right?
Yeah.
I should
Totally.
wear my team fucking Fitzpatrick shirt, dude.
Yeah.
We all got Merseys, dude. We
I know,
gotta
you
we gotta
the
write
Mersey
out a
plan?
roster. Somebody's got to make a roster now. We got a roster,
Hell yeah.
Well, at least you won't run out of names to fucking get on your show,
dude. We got to make up some kind of fantasy fucking sports thing going on with the podcast somehow, dude.
You know,
And
right?
shout out Murray, like he watches like every one of these podcasts, and he'll just randomly like our random guests will just get him, you know. It's like
Yeah.
he just hooks people up, and yeah, I love that he's doing it.
I like it too, dude. I like it. I love it because it's like it's bringing a lot of old folks together, a lot of like new people to the mix. We're like, oh, dude, now we're all like part of a little like club, you know. That
Kind of like it's like a Hell's
great.
Angels, like it's gonna be like a Hell's Angels like death metal
Dude,
club. Just walk around with a jersey on, like, what, dude?
Not for
Fucking
sure.
got my Mersey, dude.
Let's start a feud with NYDM right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
man.
They'll actually beat us up. I don't want to get beat. I don't want to get beat up.
I remember some of the earlier bloodlettings, and one of those bloodlettings actually went to that same Pelican pub that I first seen fucking, you know, Deeds and Disgorge for the play, and then fucking, you know, like like the shit that happened up in fucking, you know, over at Pounders and San Marcos and stuff like that, dude, and fucking you know, like I had partied out with Murray a few times, in you know, the few times that they had come around at the time. But yeah, man, I mean, fucking. Dude.
And we played those shows together, those SoCal shows. You were in Disgorge still when Severed did a few shows with Disgorge, right?
Yeah,
Severed was on tour in 2013, and
you guys went over. You guys played over at the Playhouse, I think. And
I fucking always remember. I can't remember names of places we've played, but
it was 2012. You guys did the Severed Survival tour.
Yeah, and there was like 3 or 4 shows that Disgorge played with that we traded off the headline spots.
There was the hi-hat San Diego.
Were you playing in? I thought you were. Was it just Diego on guitar?
No, Ed's on some videos of that era, and I think you had what's his name? Is it Greg on vocals or the guy from Gortuary?
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate. Sorry, Nate. Yeah. I learned Cranial Impalement from the video of that song from that show because it's such a better Cranial Impalement. The song it's much better recorded than the demo. So that's the video I used, and there's no bass. It's just you and Diego and Ricky and Nate, and it just everything is way clearer on that. So anyway, so I know that you played that show, and I was like, that was from when Severed was on tour with you guys, but you were switching off it's like the one show that Severed didn't headline, I guess, and Disgorge headlined instead or whatever.
Yeah, we traded off. There was a few. I think there was like 4 shows or 3 shows,
Yeah.
and we did a trade-off thing each night. It was super cool.
I think we hit. Did we like hit like Pomona and
Yeah, it was like a little like circle around SoCal.
I remember that.
Rosemead and all those. Yeah.
Yes.
And just I love those, dude, because it's just the home turf. Everybody, you know, you're seeing familiar faces every show because people are
barbecue
following
Tony Coles.
Yeah, and everybody's just raging, fucking partying and having a great time, shredding fucking death metal. I love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
SoCal's the best, dude. Well, I shouldn't say the best, but it's like I love California shows. I do, because they like our shit out here. You get out to the middle, it's like it's fucking scarce. Actually, East Coast is dope too, but I'm just saying, like, you feel like you've left California once you've left California as a Cali band.
Yeah, totally. Especially with a bunch of red mountains.
But Indonesia, obviously, that fucking probably felt like something totally different.
Yeah, the first time was fucking. It was a trip, man.
Intense, probably.
Yeah, it was very intense. I fucking went out in the crowd like during one of the other bands. Fucking somebody tried to talk to me in Indonesian. I'm like, oh, dude, sorry. And then fucking, holy shit, Disgorge. And then fucking like, you know, our promoter had to pull me out of the crowd. He's like, you're gonna get fucking pickpocketed, bro. And I'm like, damn. Okay. I mean, but there was like, you know, I mean, there's just people around, like all around. Hey man, give me your shoes, dude. Give me your fucking guitar pick.
Whoa,
like shoes.
This is a prison. What's going on?
No, dude, they're like peeling fucking little artifacts off of him before.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, who knows when that's gonna happen? You know, it's like, but that was a very interesting thing.
Let me get some pubic hair, dude.
We'll just get one. I get one.
Just one.
Diego always says he relates that you guys did like a double set, like 13 songs and then 15 more songs or some crazy amount of songs out there just because you weren't sure you'd come back.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys knew that many songs all at one time to be able to play.
Yeah, that way we could, you know, I mean, like we were originally going to play them all, but then like, you know, we're like, fuck, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, play them all, like the entire discography?
Not the entire discography, man.
Oh, okay.
But, like, you know, like we had, I think at one time, I think we did have like about 15 songs. I know that their first time around when I was still learning the shit, I think they did like a 7-and-7 set.
Oh, that's what he must have meant. Okay, that makes sense. That's so before you were there. Okay, that explains that. Okay, yeah.
Dude, so I think we did 13 or 14 with Severed. Dude, that's gnarliest set I've ever done as a vocalist. Dude, was the Severed set.
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
Dude.
We got 14 Disgorge songs in the set right now. About to add 15. Adding a Manipulation of Faith is our next song we're adding.
Oh man, I know.
Did you used to play that one?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah.
What song do you start feeling like I got to push hard for the rest of the set?
That I got to push hard for the rest of the set.
Yeah, like meaning like there's that point where you hit a wall where you're like, fuck, I'm gonna have to really dig to finish this out, you know. Because you're just fatigued. 14 songs. Maybe you're not.
I'd probably have to say, of all time, from beginning to present, I'd probably have to say fucking Asphyxiation.
When you got to that song in the set?
Yeah, because that was usually the last song that we fucking played. I think that might be like one of the longest songs that we played.
Yeah.
Aside from Abhorrent.
Mm-hmm. That one's like almost 5 minutes long. Yeah.
What about you, Joseph? Where do you start feeling like you gotta start?
What's the hardest Disgorge to play live? Like both of you guys. Like, what's the most challenging one that every time you go into it, you're like, fuck, I'm like worried about it a little bit. Like, what's the hardest one? Both of you guys.
For me, I haven't learned that one yet. For me, it's just whatever's the newest song I've learned. Is always the hardest. So like the last songs I've learned are Indulging Dismemberment from Cranial, and then from Consume, track 5, and then Cranial Impalement I'm just learning, which is one of the oldest songs. It's like from 95 or whatever, but it's new to me and it's still the hardest to memorize.
But
there's
that
not a
sounds like
song
you're
that's-
talking mental. I'm talking like physical,
like in the set. Like, what's the one that you're like, okay, ugh.
Yeah,
They're all
you gotta,
kind
Like,
of
to
they're
crack
not
your back for it.
because once you're in the live setting, you kind of push them all up to about the same tempo, and like they're all about the same technicality on drums. I guess Perverse Manifestation is still like the most endurance based difficult, and that's the one I pushed to add. I'm like, Diego, we got to play Perverse, and I brought it in. So
I guess I want to just reframe it one more time. So imagine a set being a marathon, and you're getting to that point in the marathon where you're like, fuck, am I going to quit right now? Or if I'm going to fucking shit my pants, I got to fucking, I got to like fucking,
I get like
that
a
second wind. Where do you get that second wind in the set?
For me, it's always the first two songs are really hard, and then I just hit the flow state, and that really does last the whole rest of the set.
Sick.
Okay.
But at the last few songs, I do start to feel like kind of like heat flashy, like, oh shit, like I can push myself, but maybe I shouldn't because I might like injure myself or something. So it's like, it's not that I have to push, I actually have to pull back. That's what I need to focus on.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, for me.
For Ed.
Because damn, man, because it's we try to come out with something of a bang. I guess, I don't know. I mean, we just get into the zone like really early in the set. I mean, like minus an intro part of a song, but then like trying to spread that energy throughout the set. I mean, like playability wise, I'm okay, depending on how much I fucking throw my guitar around, kind of thing. You know, how much I'm like fucking getting into the zone. I mean, like there's times where I'm just straight up, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking play the song and fucking nail the shit, and fucking I'm gonna breathe and fucking I'm gonna chill and just, you know, who gives a fuck? I'm not making any stupid faces because I'm hiding behind some fucking hair. I'm just gonna nail this fucking song, dude. You know? And then I mean, I try to, you know, I don't want the energy to, you know, wane so much. So then, you know, I have to fucking come back with like bursts or fucking, you know, it's bang and then breathe and then fucking try to finish off the way we started. But you know, that would be a lifelong quest, I think, for anybody.
Yeah.
As far as like your guitar playing goes, I know one thing that always like impressed me was like, and it's gonna be kind of nerd stuff, but how fast like you move those power chords. You're just like, dude, so fast. Like I'm just like, how do you? To me, I was just like watching that, going like, what? Like I don't like understand like how fast like that's probably the fastest. Like you're moving a chord like this. You're going like insanely fast, but you're nailing it though, and that's another thing that's like super impressive. But the fact that like I don't know, I'm just drunk.
Well, like anyway, so like there's a riff on Demise where it's like right. So we're actually doing like like a fucking major fourth harmony, and we're sliding it, but we're trying to slide it in the manner like we're doing a fucking hammer on. Okay. You know, and so it's like and then go into fast picking. So I mean, other than outside of that, anything that is like, you know, chord based and that's moving in the I don't know 16th note, you know, like portion. It's basically fucking trying to hit that next note when, you know, on the downstroke and upstroke, if we can't hit it with downstrokes.
I think that's mainly what I'm actually maybe even thinking of, is like how you do like, it's like you'll hit like a power chord, but you'll do like a hammer on with the power chord. You go like, you like move it like that. I'm like, holy fuck, I've never seen that before. So I was like, you know, when you see like bands like what's a bit like Anal Cunt or something, where they're just kind of like garbage, like just like
you know what's so funny is I was thinking that earlier with your hand motions. I was like, it kind of looks like Anal Cunt right now.
Yeah, which is like, you know that's like more visibly pleasing than audio, like audio. You know what I mean? It's like, it's more like for Anal Cunt. That's what I'm saying. They're like more like just.
It really looks like that's no way that's the same riff.
That's on
the
just basically like
whatever.
No,
we're playing this song, but really that dude just fucking doing
this is
slides.
what it sounds like. It sounds like
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the
With
thing
Seth,
is, with
Seth putting him
Disgorge,
sitting
though,
in a fucking classroom chair.
yeah, with Disgorge though, it was like actually purposeful, and it actually there was him, Ed, and Diego were doing the same thing, and it actually had a sound to it. But yeah, with like a band like Anal Cunt was just, it seemed like it was just kind of like, hey,
Noise.
look, we're crazy, we're insane. Whoa,
We're gonna make noise
yeah.
behind Seth's fucking
Yeah,
offensive fucking rants.
and
Dude.
Disgorge was like on purpose though, and it actually, like, you heard the sound behind it, and actually like had a sound to it. You know what I mean? Like, and I had never seen anything like that, and I was still like, when I saw you play, you know, in those shows and stuff back in the day, I was just like, are they just like showing off? Like, I was like, because I was like, it's so insane looking. Like, I'm just like, that's not a sound. There's no way that's. And I was like, and I watched you guys again. I'm like, fuck, that's a sound, dude. They're doing it together, and they're like on the same. Like Diego and Ed are both like on the same. I'm watching both. I'm like on the side, just watching both of them, and I'm like, damn, dude, they're like both doing it. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. Well, there's some stuff that I sit there and go, dude, how come you don't just execute him as fucking hammer-ons and pull-offs? He's like, slide. I'm like, all right, so you know, like my mindset is, dude, like if I'm gonna be in this, then I have to. This isn't just a fucking, you know, this isn't just like a finger exercise. Fucking like
Totally.
I wanna execute this thing like I fucking wrote the fucking thing, you know. And so like that's where the drilling and stuff comes in, and you know, like, and then we hit the clean, and then fucking, you know, like I bring a metronome.
Yep.
And fucking, so here we are both playing clean, and we're like, dude, that's gonna sound so fucking sick with the rest of the band, you know, and like
Totally.
And so it's just we were always feeding, like when we get together from the start, it's like, oh dude, we just got done fucking swinging hammers all day. You know, like I've been pinching fucking pliers all fucking day. My hands are just, you know, so the first couple songs, you know, we're just like, and then all of a sudden, like, things start tightening up. We're getting more limber throughout the session, and you know, stretch, and fucking fourth song in, and we're just like, dude, fuck yeah, you know, and like,
oh yeah,
you know, and mind you, this is the time that we spent without the rest of the band. It was just, you know, hey man, guitars are gonna work on some stuff, tighten some stuff up, and then fucking we'll do other shit. I mean, Ben would be there, and fucking, you know, I mean, he would jam with us, and in those times when it was three of us, we didn't do the metronome thing. I mean, fucking, it was only when me and Diego would stop and fucking like pick every song, like riff by riff, and fucking, you know, I'll be like, this is what you want. He's like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And fucking,
yeah,
you know, and I mean, you know, maybe perhaps it was beneficial to him as well, because that, you know, I you know, like through our you know, through our jamming and stuff like that, it made his fingers more impeccable, and you know, integral to what his vision intended to fucking throw to the listener.
Yeah,
definitely. And fucking, I wanted to God, man, I don't want to say embellish, accentuate, or, you know, I mean, like, fucking make sure that is heard, like, is definitely heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's
definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah. So guitar style. Yeah. He's an all feel dude.
And you can hear that in a lot of the earlier Cali death metal, dude. Like Deeds had that style, deprecated, you were saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Like all that shit, like going off of, and I love hearing that like you and the Riff Wizard both are like by ear dudes that just go off of like, I guess we just said it. Feel. It's like this. I can't really tap or say the words that are like tapping into that field that guys can get into, even if you don't know about theory and all this kind of shit. You can still make brilliant fucking music just by following your fucking musical heart, you know?
Yeah.
Just like that'll take you down. Just trust that and just fucking keep fucking digging with that.
Yeah.
And you end up with Disgorge, dude.
Yeah. I basically like the shit that I had learned. And then when we would practice it, I kind of, I don't know if I helped him establish mentally breaking it down into a measurement, like, like that, that contains all these notes and where those notes are placed. But, like as we, I mean, like as we grew up with each other in that aspect, like he can now tell me exactly what he wants. Like, this is going to go like this, but then when you get over here, do that, do a fast trill, and for however many counts. And because before he couldn't, like, he'd have to play it and then I'd sit there and I'd grab Ricky's spare drumsticks and go, right. And then I'm like, okay, now, so now you feel that. And then he'll go, yeah, but then when I do this part right here, you got to switch the beat up because it's like not an even count. I mean, this change comes in on the upbeat, or like it, that kind of thing. And then fucking was like, oh, okay. And then eventually working under those terms and stuff like that. Then I was able to understand his language. From feel. I mean, me being a field player also myself, and but I was also very analytical as to what this guy was feeling on that fretboard.
Yeah.
It's amazing like how much a metronome brings out your flaws. You know what I mean? Like as far as your right hand, like how much that'll bring out like, oh shit, like I'm rushing my upstroke every now and then. You know what I mean? Like it'll break down, like the metronome's like the ultimate, like, are you bullshit or not? Like, can you do this? You know what I mean?
Flaw, or is it just
feel
coloring outside the line?
Well, there's feel too. There's feel too that the metronome takes away. There's
outside the lines should be acceptable.
Well, one of the best bass players in the world, Jeff Berlin, he has a music school down in Florida and stuff, and he preaches anti-metronome, like no metronome, like do not use a metronome. He's like, that takes away all your feel. It makes you robotic. All these things. Like he's like his whole school is based on that. Like, do not use a metronome. And
I can see the argument of making like it gives you boundaries.
But also too, I think like you could use both. Like you can also use like you can understand that like, okay, well maybe I'm not like picking fucking perfectly. Like, okay, well I'm getting that. But also too, the vibe that it brings to pick organically and like give yourself kind of like a flow.
Well, yeah,
it's your own flow is very important too. You know what I mean?
If you want to get to the top of your game, you obviously want to master both of those. Being able to follow a metronome, but also not have to be a slave to it.
And he's very like gnarly about it. He's very like, he's all fuck metronomes. And I'm like, I don't know about fuck metronomes, but like, because those help a lot to like practice and like
it depends on my mood. It depends on the filter I'm seeing or hearing.
It's a great practice. It's a great practicing tool.
You want to know my opinion?
Go for it.
Yes,
go for it. Yes, actually, Casey Howard. What's your opinion of metronomes?
I just woke up from a nap. That's going nice. So how you doing? Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hi. Hope you had a good night.
Okay. I want to hear your opinion in 192 beat per minute.
Yeah. So it depends on the style of music. Thanks. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
That's true. That's true. That's totally true.
Very true.
I mean, if you're playing
like in funk and stuff like that,
and the feel and the funk and the organic shit, then fuck yeah. Like you want to like groove to that stuff, and like it's also about players that can play in time without a metronome. He's talking about like the best drummers in the world. I mean, dude, Jeff Berlin plays like, he's like, yeah, Vinny Colaiuta, my friend. Like, yeah, we're going to play this.
Vinny Colaiuta.
That motherfucker can keep time better than a metronome. It's like, so it's like, I don't know, like in that style of music, and then like in styles of music where like time breathes also,
Yep.
Yeah. But in metal, like that's not really so much the thing that we're going for. Like it's more like I
think time breathes and deprecated. I know we've mentioned that name in multiple
times. I mean, it breathes.
There's certain metal bands that it works with to be kind of like off,
but
and it's kind of like free.
But like clicks aren't bad. Like for playing live, it can take a metal band and like pull it down like in the perfect tempo, and not rush and get all crazy, and then like
yep
better. So like
keeps you in the pocket.
It's not like clicks are wrong or metronome's wrong. It's just that like
no,
he's making a point that like
art is
like,
art, dude.
Like rely too much on that, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't think
know.
he's like saying like forever ban the metronome. He's saying like I prefer to just be on this free form like thing, you know, that like is natural and stuff. But yeah, obviously like with metal and stuff, and like we know like because Casey and I, when we were in Decrepit, we just fucking went for it, you know. And then
I wish I had a metronome.
I know we'd listen later on and be like, oh my god, we were like 15-20 beats
like,
per minute
what are we
faster
doing up
than
there?
normal.
Yeah, I was like, so rushed. And
I'd be like I was actually just talking about this on the drive from LA to Trevor. I was like literally talking about like why are my arms seizing up on the second song? Like I got like a knots in my wrist, arm, my thumb, like everything's like completely like giving up. And I'm like, I've done this like 100 times. I don't understand like why. And then we listened to it again, like, oh shit, we were excited because it was a humongous crowd, and we're like, yeah, and they were like rushing us to like get going, and we just like jumped into it, and we had no idea that we were going too fast at all. We like until we listened to it later. You know what I mean? It's all adrenaline.
Like, so all the Decrepit stuff that Joel and I did, Ed, like we had no click, and then like later they got a click, and they became more tight, like in a sense, like, and you did a tour with Samus after me, but Ed, like with Disgorge, you guys never had a click, right? Or did they?
No. We didn't use click to, you know, like we didn't use click to live by the click. I mean, we like Diego and I, we used the click so that, you know, to gauge how clean and impeccable that we could get our notes in a measure. So that way, because I mean, like fucking okay, you know, if we practice with I don't know, recording, because I used to fucking mic up Ricky's drums, and then, you know, I mean, like I might have posted a video or two of some of the stuff, but anyway, you know, like you know, he played a little bit faster than the original, but when we play live, fucking kick the metronome into the fucking crowd.
Yeah, it's gone.
Its money is useless.
Yeah.
Like here, I mean, fucking like Ricky will tear into it, and he'll fucking, you know, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
and
so sick.
And I think it wasn't entirely satisfying, but damn, dude, you know, I mean, but you know,
I feel like Disgorge does not. That's not a click band. I feel like this the organicness of how it comes out. Like it
does breathe a bit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It breathes. Totally. The tempo shifts between, and I've notated Disgorge in tablature, and I've like actually gotten pretty good with, you know, like Guitar Pro, like tabbing it out. But I don't know, man. Like they're just an organic band. It's kind of from a different era. And it's just one of those things that's getting lost as technology has more and more of an influence in metal and other kinds of music, along with like pitch shifting and everything, pitch correction. Yeah. You just lose that kind of organic stuff. And that's why I like having Disgorge. And then I like having Transcend the Realm, which is like total click track band. And I like having both. And in some sense, it's just, you need click tracks because you can't afford to not have one. It's like too hard to do it without, you know? But if you can get away without it, if you're tight enough to do it, Disgorge has always been one of the tightest bands, and that's just because they practice for like 20 years in a room.
You make a good
like
point.
every day or some shit.
It's not like if you can get away with it. It's like if that's what it requires. Like it's not like trying to get away with it. Like I feel like Disgorge is such a, like there's certain bands that are like they're so fucking mechanical, like just nailed into things. You know what I mean? I don't feel like Disgorge would be good with a click track. I don't feel like. I mean, it would still be amazing. I'm just fucking getting all nerdy.
I'm gonna just say it that I like.
It makes sense.
I'm on that side, no doubt, dude.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Like
Black Dahlia Murder with a click.
Yeah, Black Dahlia doesn't need it, but it's awesome with the click track because it's like it's catchy music that I really like, and I want to hear it like in that kind of form. It's not like a free flowing breathing band. It's like a very like dun, 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 you know what I mean? Like where Disgorge is like dun, 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 you know, it's like jumping all around and you want that, you know, that's the band that you want that with. You don't want a click and Disgorge. Like you don't want that. You know what I mean? But I like to drink alcohol.
It's just, I mean, it's something you don't want it. It's just, I don't know. Ed, sorry. What's your response?
When we did parallels, you know, I mean, I think Ricky was setting a, you know, guideline tempo to, I think it might have been close to maybe 280, 270.
Just BPM. Yeah. That's all it is,
yeah.
right? Not like clicked out.
There was no fucking downbeat, you know, measure mark or anything. It was just the same dynamic of click going through. So if he happened to, you know, like offset, it wasn't noticeable.
Totally.
You know, but he could lock back in onto the reference meter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you know, which was pretty crazy, but I mean, like it worked out. It worked out because it doesn't sound like a click. You know?
Yeah, it still breathes.
Totally.
It still does.
Like the best example is if you listen to like Enthroned Abominations, it like starts out fast and then like it has that little break in the drums and then the drums comes in. It is a little slower, and it's like that's the kind of breathing that's like if you want to like reference point for it. Yeah,
exactly.
And it just hits a little harder because of that. So and you can notate that. You're like, all right, we're gonna set the tempo down a little, but like you don't have to if you have been practicing it long enough and you know how to do it together.
Yeah. I wonder if the younger metalheads don't like the sound of like raw, real shit. And
I think they do. I almost feel like they do. I just feel like it's so much easier to fucking click it out like live. Like it's so much more safe to click it out. Like it's like, especially when you're playing in front of people and you fuck up and like you have all those moments where you're like the crowd staring at you like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like you have a couple of those moments where you're like I'm never doing this again. I need to change whatever I need to do to not make that happen. You know what I mean? I think that's where that comes from. It's not like I feel like they would probably rather not have a click, but it helps them so much and it makes it so much easier to play live because it's such a random environment that you're in, and you know the sound's going to be different every show. You
know those bands that make like where you see that change, like there's a few bands like Wormed would be like their first record is totally like off the feel fucking, but then now you listen to their newer shit and it's all like so precise and it's still dope, but it's like that old Worm shit, like that's my first impression of the band, and I got into it because of that raw like realness of it.
You know where I think a lot of it came from, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, would be like Flow. You know, like Flow from Cryptopsy, like that feel of just like
Cryptopsy
breathing and whatever he wants to do. Whatever he wants to do. Exactly. You know, it's like whatever he feels and whatever he like the band's gonna follow him.
They
and
sent
it's gonna
their
be
own
this
rules,
like,
even if it was by accident. Because didn't he say it was like he was pissed at them? They're like, go faster.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he's like this, and they're like
flow to a click track is like that's like oil and water to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like flow's like flowing. He's like like his name even says
it is funny that is his name.
No, but I think that's the band that kind of like instilled that with me, where I was like, fuck yeah, dude, just like a free breathing fucking awesome band that's just like
we make just our own rules.
Yeah, they'll slow it down fucking 10 beats per minute one night, go fucking 15 beats faster the next night. You know, they'll like it's just one of these like organic kind of fucking feels that you get. You know what I mean?
I think Cryptopsy, like dude, those like those last two EPs and that last album are like so sick, like all over the place, like hell yeah, badass, so good.
Yeah. Ed, can I ask you to grab the guitar with the Disgorge shit and show it on camera? It's like the hardest thing you've ever seen. Check this out.
Is that the Kerry King one?
Is it a BC?
It's a Kerry King. That's a Kerry King with the inverted. Oh no, he's got it's a beast. Oh, I thought it was just a V.
Well, okay, so Brett Roller.
Jesse.
And
That's so sick.
Can you pull the strap out of the way so you can see the bridge? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then zoom that shit in. Yeah.
If we can let Ed talk, it'll stay full screen.
Oh shit!
Oh, we got the Disgorge in the middle. That's sick as fuck.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, he carved it and glued it on there, but then also on the back, he wood burned. If I can get it to
right angle,
showing the.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Yeah. Up a little. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
put it closer. Just put it closer to the webcam.
we can just let Ed talk and show us the guitar, it would be full screen. Can you show us the front again, dude?
I just want to see. I want to see what he's trying to show us, though. Not. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna take the strap off. Okay, so.
Oh, sick.
Say something, Ed.
Yeah. Okay. So, Brett Roller and Jesse from Incinerate made this guitar for me. It was like 2012, 2011, 2012. So the guitar body is actually walnut, and then with the maple neck. Jesse was pissed when I fucking took the sander to this and did this to the neck, but I mean that's how I like to play my shit. So,
there it is.
yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, that's the design. I mean, it like looks. It's got a black stain on it, but the walnut, the brown off the walnut, kind of almost gives it like a purpley, like kind of a purpley.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like not quite purple. But yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty crazy. I just got it set up over at a local guitar shop over in Ontario called Soto's Custom. And
you play your guitar super low too, right? Like low on your body, right?
No,
you don't.
Not super low. Just hold on a second.
Yeah. Here, while he's there, I'm gonna screen share.
I'm pretty sure it's like it's normal. It's all about. I mean, because really, it's all about. It's more all about being comfortable here, so I don't like tense up. You know, so like this, like my picking hand's usually very relaxed.
Gotcha.
And as far as like like executing the picking and stuff like that, I think I watched. I think on my way to work, I watched one of the last episodes. I think he had Dallas talking about when he switched over his picking style.
Yeah, because that was like the picking that I always saw when I was a kid, was like that upward picking. So I had to bring that up.
Did he do the banana thumb too?
No, well, I don't know if he did the banana thumb, but he would like plant his palm on the body of the guitar and then upward pick like this.
Outward. He was like picking away from the guitar.
And he's all, I stopped doing that 10 years ago. I'm like, shit.
Joseph, you said you were going to screen share something. What were you about to do?
It's just some shots I took of Ed's guitar when I was helping Ed move house. So these are just some close-ups of you see them?
Yep.
So sick.
Yeah, much better.
And then here you can really see how
Whoa.
tall this thing is. It really is a big piece there.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's rad. Did you get the back? Did you get the back at all?
I did not take a picture of the back, unfortunately.
Son of a gun.
I think I forgot to tell him about that. Yeah, man.
But there you go. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
that's sick, man. Oh,
we
have an Odious Mortem custom crate amp. I don't know if Casey, do you have that it's in your other studio? All right.
No.
Yeah. You don't have it anymore?
No, it's in the studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've jammed on that a bunch. Yeah.
Actually, so yeah, go ahead, Ed.
Oh no, you were talking about amps and stuff like that, and like
what are you using now? What's that?
That's I've played that since 2002, man, and fucking that's what I took on States. So it's a
Line 6
Pod Pro, the 2.0, and then I do a 15 band EQ chained after that into a Recto 2100.
Okay,
and then the speakers in that cabinet they're Celestion 75s.
They're what?
Celestion 75s.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I actually built that cabinet, man, and it had a case, like it had a lid in front of it, but the shit was so heavy, man.
What kind of wood? What kind of wood did you use?
I used birch, but then like my dumbass decided that I was gonna fucking laminate quarter like masonite on the inside.
Oh yeah.
To make it more like like solid or
solid,
whatever. and that. I mean, I still took it out with me, and it sounds killer through mics, even though it's got a fucking it's got like a perforated steel grill that bounces a lot of high end.
Sorry, guys, I have gas. Just farting.
No, I mean, I fucking played that shit since about like I don't know, like 2002, man. And
No, you guys played the when I first saw you guys played at the Line 6 Flexstone 2 amps, right? Am I wrong? It was the red Line 6 with the
Diego had one.
Oh, Diego did that. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Diego bought one, and he used it for a little while. So basically, we had the same amp. I mean, like like the same preamp, but
totally.
I just haven't. Like I want to get a Kemper or a fucking Axe-Fx or
I got the Axe-Fx right. I got the Axe-Fx.
Yeah.
It's the AX8, just the floorboard version of it. You know what I mean? Because
nice.
I mean, you can get basically like what it does is like it's like a dumb version of the Axe-Fx 2, but it's like a floorboard. Yeah. So it's like you don't have to buy the Axe-Fx 2 plus a floorboard. You just buy the fucking AX8. It's just the CPU power is like low, so like you can only put certain amounts. You can't like if you got the Axe-Fx 3, you could put like 5 different cabs with like different mic positions, and you can get like super nerdy, like the most nerdy you can understand with like fucking like changing Celestions 75s to 30s and mic positions on each one of them, and like it gets like bananas.
Do you dance like that? Do you dance like that while you're doing?
I'm just doing the Ed fucking live Ed, dude, just flowing, dude. No, but it's those I mean, pretty much like with those kind of digital modeling amps, they're getting pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah,
they're getting pretty Bias. Goddamn. Yeah. Oh, Bias. Yeah, I got Bias on my computer. I like Bias. Yeah. I actually almost bought the full like rig with them, but yeah, Axe-Fx is like you put a diesel amp. For me, it's a diesel with like a fucking Mesa cab and fucking clean boost in front of it, and it just sounds fucking sick. Like I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there was a recording that I had done, and they actually tracked the drums over at Trench Studios, and then he wanted me to go ahead and finish like recording guitars, bass, and vocals and stuff for him. So basically what I did was I let him run through his shit. I mic'd up his shit, and then to get his his sound ultimately. But then I also stuck a DI into his guitar right away, and then printed the direct out so that I can throw it into Bias and
totally
because I've done that. I mean that's kind of like what I normally do when I do track people, is to get that plain guitar. It's like even if they are so adamant, oh man, my fucking sound in a mic, and I'm gonna keep this just in case.
Just keep the clean track and just do what you want. That's how so Matt Sotelo, obviously he lives like fucking like a couple exits from me, so every now and then, like, because he's like he's old school, he's an old school dude, likes the old school tone, doesn't like he doesn't like if it's digital, he's like it's cool, but it's he's always been kind of like very standoffish from it, and he'll just be like, he'll come over to my house and just bring like 3 heads and be like, dude, I'm gonna fucking outdo you, motherfucker, like fuck this. And then last time he came out, I already had a tone that I dialed in for like fucking 9 hours, so I was like, all right, dude, well, I have this tone, like you're just walking in with random heads, I don't think and like he walked away going
freestyle battle, like
he had all these pedals and shit in front and like all this crazy shit, and I was just like, at the very end he was like, all right, well, you got a better tone right now, so fuck you. No, but he basically like he also didn't bring over his Ingle fucking special edition, which is like fucking one of the best fucking tones that I would want to model in any fucking
you're not gonna make me take that out of my house, dude.
Yeah, no, he was bringing over like all this like crazy like old Marshall Mesa Boogie, all these crazy like amps he brought over, and like it was fucking sick. I just love just nerding out with like guitar.
How did Engel become a thing with like all the guitar players that I'm friends with?
Probably like Richie Blackmore from Deep Purple got signed back in like 2000, I don't know, like early 2000s, and then like slowly. Oh, then Necrophagist
Was it
used
Necrophagist? Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, Necrophagist used the Powerball, or they used the Powerball or Invader or something on Epitaph, and everyone's like, well, Epitaph's like the epitome of guitar tone.
Vader?
You know what I mean?
Vader
They're like
tabs?
the
I don't know if they used Vader. They might have.
They're like the prettiest
Interesting,
looking head too. They're like the most like sleek looking fucking.
Well, that tone is like for like a tone nerd. You're just like, gee, like the distortions, like there's not that much gain on it. It's like it's just kind of like in that sweet spot of just like you can hear every fucking note, and like their solos, you're like, Jesus Christ. So it's like basically like Epitaph's like a guitar advertisement, you know, for like immediately, you know what I mean? And I'm surprised they didn't keep going. I'm gonna try to fucking get those G golly nerds on here pretty soon. But
yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I got a question for Ed. After
Let's go back to Ed because I'm going off. No, I'm not dumb, dude. I'm not dumb, dude. My mom told me I was a smart man.
I read all my books, dude.
I read all my books.
All right, Ed. If you had to choose one album before 2000, your favorite death metal album, what would it be?
Before 2000?
Yeah.
Fuck this game, bro.
No, I'm gonna guess for him. It's gonna be Suffocation, Pierce from Within.
Oh
no,
you know,
dude, you can't answer for him, bro.
I know. I'm just trying to take wagers. I'm a bettor. I bet on sports.
Yeah, and because of that, I say fuck this game. But no, because dude, I mean, like so much in
there's so
much before
shit.
2000 that fucking like that hit me so hard. I mean, like fucking. So I don't know if I can really answer that because I mean, like, how can you? I can't fucking deny. I can't deny Blessed with Sick. Fucking, I can't deny Altars of Madness. Fucking.
Well, there's two different camps. There's camps that influenced you, and there's camps that like that was like your favorite album.
Pick one though. It's just
you know what I mean. Like it's like there's the beginning where you got influence from, and then there's the ones that you like you look at as like as the album. You know what I mean?
Desert Island.
There has to be one.
90s,
there has to be one. That's.
Or maybe even
Casey's Hate Week or something.
Now I'm all about Captured by Robots. That's the my new man.
Black Seeds of Vengeance.
How many albums?
Black Seeds.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Seeds of Vengeance.
That's a good answer.
I think that
before 2000.
That is 2000, but
no, it doesn't count.
That's right at the end.
No, it has to be before 2000. It has to be like 90s, 80s.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of 2000 albums. That's why I say that.
Okay.
There's a lot of 90s albums too. Dude.
No, for sure. That's why it's a different era, you know. That's the fun of it, dude. That's the fun of it.
It's so hard, dude.
No, I like these games. This is fun game. Actually,
it's a game, dude. That's all.
Come up with more games, Casey. I like your game mind.
Oh yeah, I just want to know what Ed's mind thinks of that thought. You know, like
thinks of that thought.
Like I've been on podcasts before, and they like drop a bunch of questions at me at the end, like, "What's your blah blah blah?" I'm like, Jesus, so it blows my fucking mind. I'm like, shit, I didn't even think about this.
Yeah, totally right. Yeah.
Well, dude, would you rather's are always fun, dude.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Well, I'm sitting here going, okay, if I say this album, then fuck, I'm regretting not saying this album.
Yeah. It's a hard one. I mean, that's a hard one.
There's a fucking lot of them, man. But
the hardest part is number one. You know.
Well, there's no number. I feel like there's no number one.
Well, it's like number one. It's like, you know, like a gray
it's number one.
But it has to be some kind of, you know what I mean? Like
that whisper at the end was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It's cool.
Yeah, man. Fucking bro.
That's hard, man. That's a hard one,
dude.
For a death metal head, like someone that's like known so many bands and listened to so many things, like.
Yeah.
Number one. Like it's so hard.
Yeah.
Fucking I'm just gonna say Legion, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, Deicide?
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck yeah.
I'm getting a Deicide tattoo as my first tattoo. Just letting you guys
Shut
know.
the fuck up.
Joe, you are wild.
I'm getting
man.
the self-titled
the cross on your forehead
emblem.
I had no idea you were that deep into Deicide.
They're
damn
just the one that fucking got me. I was like showing that to my friends when I was a kid, when I was like in the Slayer Sepultura mode. I was like showing them like Kill the Christian and
that's cool tattoo.
Yeah.
Cool tattoo.
So I think it's kind of I want to give a shout out to that podcast Into the Darkness. Those guys that
Into
interviewed
the Darkness.
Scott Burns, and they interviewed Glenn Benton and all these
Oh,
guys.
We went on tour with
Yeah, what's the dude's name on the right?
God damn
So
it! But
bad his name.
he was the bass player of Abigail Williams when me and Casey toured with him, and he's
Dude.
got this really big podcast now. It's like every episode's got like 60,000 views, like with like
Damn.
Glenn Benton and like all these crazy people.
So good.
The Glenn Benton one's fucking hilarious.
It's
actually,
so
Casey
good.
Casey sent me that one, and I was on the plane listening to it, like coming back from Vegas.
Those
and I was
guys school us on podcasts.
I know. I was
Those guys
cracking up.
we Into the Darkness. It's like Reaper Metal Productions, whatever. We love you guys. We respect the shit out of you. You're fucking rad. And yeah, it's some good shit, dude. Those episodes, that one with Scott Burns, I like really got deep on it. I like remember every word. It's so good.
I'm gonna have to pull that one up.
And he talks about recording Legion and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, and then doing and the self-titled, and of course, but
yeah.
Oh man, dude, it's so good.
I mean, you as a producer, like, can you imagine like never really hearing the style of music like death metal and stuff like that, and like going from like one like rock stuff and just like all of a sudden having to record one of the first death metal bands? Like,
who was the first? Who was the first one for Scott Burns?
I don't know, man. Fuck, he's done everything.
I thought you remembered every
he did
word.
Butchered at Birth.
What was it?
Didn't Scott Burns do fucking Sepultura?
Oh yeah. He totally did. He did Arise. I was gonna say like in my head, like where I was betting on was I thought you were gonna say Arise.
Yeah,
it was like
Arise and the one before it, for Beneath the Remains.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did that.
When he's asking like #1 album, I was like, it's Arise, or that's where my brain was like, Arise is what I thought you were gonna say. I was trying to like,
is that the first
death metal? That's right. But I mean, also too, that's like the early fucking seeds of death metal, right? Would you say that Arise, like that? It's not like blast beating or anything, but it's like the aggression from it is very death metal. I feel like that's it's more than death is death metal. I'll say that out loud. Like, I feel like death is death metal because I know. But I feel like death is. I know. You're right. But I mean, just like the fucking aggressiveness from Arise is like so pissed and like so death metal, like before death metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or not. I don't know if it was
until Roots came out, right?
Yeah, Roots. I was just hanging out with Dan Kenny, and I'm gonna make fun of him right now. So they covered Suicide. He's in Suicide Silence. They covered like Roots, and I was like, I was like hanging out with like them and their band members, like listening to their cover of it, and they're like, dude, this is the most death. I was like, dude, don't get me speaking, because this is not death. I mean, this is like more of the new metal like it's kind of slowly pushing new. I mean, which they influence so many people. They, from their breakdowns and Chaos ID, like really influenced a lot of the hardcore bands, a lot of the breakdowns and hardcore bands.
Totally.
And then Roots was like influenced a lot of new
Chaos
metal
ID
bands.
was the start of Soulfly.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
No. Roots was.
It exists.
If you hear, you hear some Soulfly up in Chaos AD too, but I'm just saying, like, that hardcore new metal like approach started on that album.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Yeah.
It gets worse, not worse, but gets more saturated.
It's fucking.
But then you think about that shit was happening before that shit even became popular. It's like they need more credit in the.
Sepultura needs like so much more credit.
All those new metal kids need to know about that shit.
Yeah. And even death metal.
Because I like digging and finding the roots to certain things.
I thought they're called Sepultura.
Schizophrenia and stuff, they literally were like that's like a fucking grassroots album. They were using fucking broom handles for their stands of their fucking cymbals and shit. They were like from this like super like poor part of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and they were using like making their own shit to make that music. You know what I mean? It was like, it wasn't like these guys going like, oh well, I'll just go ahead and edit this with my DAW. It's like, no, they had. What do you mean?
What's cool about that? What's cool about that?
It's
like they literally like
they made chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Oh man,
it's pretty much what.
All right.
No, but they were very.
Joseph wants to bring it back on track.
Joseph was like, I heard back to Disgorge.
All right.
I found the first Scott Burns death metal album.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, Joseph.
I can't confirm because this is just Wikipedia, might not be right, but it looks like Leprosy 1988.
Really? Death
Damn.
Leprosy.
And then
Death Leprosy.
he did the sacrificial demo for Deicide in 89, the year after.
Okay.
I don't see anything else he did in 88, but starting in 90, he does everyone. So yeah, like
I wonder who recorded Scream Bloody Gore. Who recorded that?
that was in California, right?
I don't know. They did a demo. The demo before that was in California, but I don't know where Scream Bloody Gore was. Combat definitely was not down with putting that out. Like the owner was like, some guy was like, basically put his job on the line for Scream Bloody Gore. It was like, if this doesn't work, fire me. Yeah. And the guy who owned the record label was like, fuck it. So, then it's your fucking head. And
damn. That kind of brings me back to Ed, like it brings me back to like you've been around since like the early 90s and like seeing death metal back in the day. Like, can you describe, and I try to bring this out of a lot of people that are like, older and from a different generation before me, how like death metal was fucking humongous like for a while, right? It was like, I mean, we were talking to Jeff Hugel recently, and he was talking about how like Morbid Angel, Nile or something like that, like played like 2 sold out shows in San Francisco back to back. Like it was so big that they like had to book 2 shows in a row.
That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, the brick was fucking packed for that for sure, dude.
Yeah, it was like in the 90s. It was like it's. I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of a resurgence now with, the bigger bands and stuff. But like back in the day in the 90s and stuff, it was death metal was the biggest.
Yeah, I'd have to say so. 90s, 2000, like the turn of the millennium.
98 through 2000, basically. Yeah.
Well, I think it was like 90. I thought it was like 94 through like 98 or something.
Yeah, I'd have to say so, because fuck, dude. I mean, like I was getting into it, and there was more shit coming out, and I was like, holy shit. I mean, fucking, and then all the shows that started coming like 98, like from 99 into 2000. I mean, fucking, more. I mean, like Morbid Angel will come, fucking, it's packed. I mean, it was packed for Blessed Are the Sick and fucking Covenant.
Yeah.
They were playing the main stage area of Soma at the time, and fucking Pete with his fucking upside down cross cage.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it was huge. It was huge. Fucking, and then I don't know what happened. Soma stopped eventually kind of stopped booking death metal shows because there was no money in it or whatever the fuck,
Okay.
And, but then like, it eventually like they moved locations, and then they fucking started like, they only took the big bands like fucking Slayer and, like Cannibal Corpse and fucking like anything big. I never, Suffocation didn't play Soma until A Summer Slaughter, and like, dude, the fucking year that fucking the year that VTech passed away. And,
oh, yep.
Yeah. So that Summer Slaughter tour, 2008, 2007, 2008.
Yeah,
that's the first time that Suffocation played Soma.
That's the first time I ever seen Suffocation at Soma. I would have seen them. I would have known. I would have known, and I would have been there if.
Yeah.
Damn. The first time I saw Suffocation was over at so the Brick by Brick used to be called The Spirit, and fucking Keith DeVito, I believe, was singing because Frank couldn't come.
Irexia.
And Keith
right?
DeVito, yeah.
Yeah, Keith.
Yeah, Keith DeVito, yeah. And he was sick, so Suffocation played an instrumental set of fucking Pierced from Within set.
Whoa.
So it was definitely a musician.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
They played an instrumental set for the Pierced from Within tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trippy, dude.
So you got to fucking.
I would love to be a fly on that wall, dude.
I mean, obviously, like we want to see Suffocation with vocals, but like the fact that it's like one of those like people collect like misprinted dollar bills from the 50s or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those one-off things that like you'll never see again. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it's a $3 bill.
I swear there was probably about like fucking 25 or 30 people at that show. Fucking
wow.
Fucking Cerrito.
That's a gem of a little fucking show right there, dude.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if
Yeah.
that happened like a week ago? It'd be like on like high definition video, like on someone's like phone, uploaded to
Oh, yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
We
Like
could all
9
just watch
phones.
it like right now.
Yeah.
But one of 25 of those people would have to have a high definition phone at
It's
that
like-
time.
It's like
Yeah.
think of that jam that happened in the sound, like the sonic energy
And
and,
it's
like
gone.
art that happened at that moment, just drifted off into outer space, and like no one will ever. Hear
Nobody
it again.
documented it.
Yeah.
Like that night,
Well,
dude.
Yeah, it's documented here. I was at that one.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that's sick.
So
Well, then-
wild.
Three
That's
GP fucking video on flip phones didn't even fucking exist.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah,
it's so
that's crazy to think about that shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
how much energy is put into making that a thing, and then it's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
totally.
I mean,
But
that's like there's certain art. Isn't there certain like Buddhist art where it's like as soon as it's done, let's destroy it.
Mandalas and mandalas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Of course, the
because it
professor
doesn't
knows
matter.
immediately.
What's up, dude? That's
You
why
gotta
we,
watch,
That's
why
one
we
of the
love
reasons why
Joseph.
he's the professor, dude.
One of the
That's
many
why.
reasons we love Joseph.
Oh, I know the name of Buddhist art. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, it's
I
just- it's
parrot,
rad.
I parrot
Art.
some fucking
That's awesome.
stoner shit I heard in the past.
Exactly.
Ciphers it and fucking.
I
gives
think
you
they teach
facts.
that in 13th grade, Anthony. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Hey, man. We're from a different
I
generation.
actually
We
went to
never learned
13
any.
and a half grade, bro.
Oh,
Come
okay,
on,
okay,
dude.
okay. I love you, dude.
I love you too, dude. I like it.
I think it's Baraka, the movie that they show the mandalas being made in, or maybe Samsara, the follow up. Yeah.
Oh, Samsara.
That
Is that
movie's
like
sick.
a documentary? Situation?
Kind of. It's like a visual movie. It's not like story driven. It's just,
Yeah, I have that shit on Blu-ray,
dude, we
It-
used to get high and watch that shit.
Yeah, that's
all
exactly
the
why I have
time,
that,
dude.
dude. Is
Yeah,
to get
it's
high and watch
classic.
that, dude.
It's so
because
good.
it's like kind of like a birth to death situation
Yep.
that they show through visual shit
Yeah.
throughout the world, right?
It's just like sacred like settings.
yeah, but brilliant. Like the cinematography is where it's at, dude.
Yeah.
Or,
All right, we should start wrapping. We're at actually past 3 hours right now.
are we
I just
really?
realized that right now.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I mean,
So-
we're gonna cut some out, but yeah, this was so cool, Ed. Thank you so much for giving us your evening, so much of your time to hang out with us.
Dude,
Can I ask just one last question,
absolutely.
or maybe we'll get to a couple more? But
Because Joel will be back. Yeah.
Joel's gonna come back. Is it true you've been playing some guitar again?
Yes. Like I
Fuck
said, I just got the Warbird set up, and just kind of it had been sitting for like 5 years. The last fucking show that I played was July 16th, 2015.
16, because I saw you in 16.
Oh yeah. My son was born already.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
my son was born already, and like I remember taking him over to sound check. He had fucking earmuffs, and he's only like 6 months old.
That's awesome.
Nice.
My family still doesn't. My family still doesn't like they don't know me as like the performer thing. Like my wife's only seen me play like 2 or 3 times.
Isn't that
once
funny? I think I
Yeah.
could probably say the same thing. Bryce has probably only seen me play a handful of times as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
Cool.
man, it's so cool
Anthony-
that you're jamming again.
Yeah.
Didn't you call it a song on Separate Savior for Bury the Horror for your wife?
I wasn't gonna call him out for that, but I was totally there for that show. Yep.
I wasn't there, but I remember you told me about that, and I was like, "Gee,
And
you're
it
like,
was-
I love my wife so much." Blah blah. This one's called "Bury the Horror."
It was
They-
her birth. It was her birthday,
It
dude.
was her birthday.
And I started the set with it, dude.
It was
Yeah.
it was
I
it was
started with the happy birthday.
it was
Yeah.
funny.
The
It
song
was,
goes out to you.
yeah.
Yeah,
This one's
this is
going
great. This is crazy. Like because we didn't get
Bury
we
the
didn't get to,
whore.
we didn't get to the reunion stage of things, but
Yeah.
I mean, if
We're gonna have to do a part 2 episode, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't apologize. Ed's always welcome back, dude.
Yeah, yeah. What were you gonna say, dude?
We
Sorry.
haven't
I
even
keep cutting
talked
you off.
about how we hung out in Disneyland, dude.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, what were you gonna
that's
say
right.
about the reunion stuff real fast?
Oh no, I because I feel like I got half of like the history, but you know, I mean, the second half, you know, like from where did we leave off talking about Disgorge? It was
like
shit.
2006 Indonesia tour and all that.
Japan, and then back to Indo, and I think I was over at the New Zealand Australia thing, and then we did a couple of states things in Mexico and you know, stuff like that, and then you know, that was about the time that Ben found out.
And then
that
the
he was
fucking
sick.
assholes that have been drinking too much took us deep into the weeds and
The ICP weeds, dude.
I get so many people hitting me up going like, I love the weeds, dude. So it's gonna suck my butt.
Yeah,
suck my butt.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's that Basque Mexico tour in 2007 was like, you know, like that's when we had you know, like, you know, Ben was having like problems with his gut and stuff like that, and then fucking, you know, it's like we, you know, finally he goes to a doctor, and then you know, we find out about, you know, his condition, and you know, he's gonna fight it, and it's like, all right, cool, man, well, fucking let's fucking do this shit, you know, like fucking you we'll take care of other stuff. And you know, but we were on a big catch-up game, you know, like from touring and stuff. I mean, because like, you know, I think Ben shelled out. He got like a Disgorge like credit card and shelled out a bunch of funds to, you know, for us to be going out on tour. That, you know, I mean, he had to pay off, and you know, stuff that touring didn't pay off. And you know, yeah, he then got sick, and then it was kind of a it was kind of a weird, it was just really weird, you know. It's like, dude, we need to keep going, but then, like, you know, like everybody deals with things, you know, differently, you know, certain things in life start happening, and you know, we didn't jam for a while, and fucking, you know, I mean, like Ricky at the time had lived in Texas and was doing the whole sarcolytic thing too, and you know, it's like, all right, cool, you know, like fucking as long as you're good, you know. You know, eventually, you know, me and Diego, we would go and practice, and you know, seeing as that we live really close to each other, we practice quite a bit often, and fucking he was starting to jam with Chikazi to do the obscure secretions thing. And so you know, I mean, like I was like, fuck it, dude, you a bass player? Fucking, so I borrowed a friend's bass, and we actually did a couple shows with Maddie for the obscure secretions thing, and then you know, I mean, after Chikazi moved back out of Camp Pendleton and stuff like that, you know, we're just playing more, and then Scott Ellis from Death Evocation, or you know, also he was in a band called Warface. Fucking, you know, like him, like, because he lived over in the area, like the Poway area, and fucking him and Diego started jamming out some shit, and you know, that's how the To Violently Vomit part of the story you know, comes in, and you know, we're just like, all right, fuck it, dude, let's do this, and fucking we did it as two guitars, and then fucking Oscar Ramirez, fucking he you know, Diego started teaching him how to play the tunes, and fucking, you know, eventually we were doing like small bars in Los Angeles, and you know, like little clubs, and you know, whatever, over, you know, back at home, and you know, it was just all to do it for fun and to celebrate the catalog. And you know, it's like, you know, we're still kind of dealing with you know, like grieving about Ben, and you know, it's like,
Yeah,
we got, it was our part of, you know, to try to keep the fire lit, you know. And you know, but then, yeah, I mean, a couple years later, probably about, you know, like 2011 and stuff, you know, we finally, you know, Ricky moves back to California, and you know, talks to Diego, and you know, hey, Unique Leader wants to fucking sign us back, and fucking there's a lot of, you know, like, there's a lot of potential that can come out of this, because we had also hooked up with EMG, you know, like with whatever tours we had going on then, or coming to us, should we keep doing this? And so that's that's pretty much how that part like goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like I think shit, man, it was. I'm trying to think of like the first show that we played as Disgorge. I think it might have been a Las Vegas Death Fest. I think that I think that might have been our first show as again as Disgorge. And then
wait,
like
which one was that one?
I think that was 2012, maybe.
2012.
You headlined it, right?
Yes, we did.
I think you headlined one day. We did the other day. Severed.
Yeah. Was that part of that run too?
That was
Maybe?
actually that was my first full set with Severed. Was in that headlining a day at that fest. It had to have been 2012 because I didn't join, or no, I shouldn't say join. We didn't talk about doing anything before that because Trevor was just born in 2011, you know, and nobody else was.
Right.
The band was really doing shit, but then
life happens.
Totally, dude. But that was what kicked off that little burst of Severed Savior stuff that we did in 2012. And that's when we crossed paths, dude, was those few shows in the SoCal and Las Vegas Fest. But I didn't remember seeing you guys. Did you guys take off? You guys must have got the first day. We got the second day.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I have it right up here. Yeah, I'm looking at the.
Yeah, probably. So, you know, like that happens, and then all, you know, and then like, what's it called? Shit, dude. I think at the time, because we were, you know, like we were already booked as To Violent. We were already going to be booked as To Violently Vomit to play the Hard Anger Fest over in Eidfjord, Norway. And then when it all formed back, you know, and then, you know, and we decided to go ahead and switch the banner, then, you know, our first international was gig in Norway. And,
sure.
So I mean, I think that's about when I think Nate was singing for us at the time. And, so see the tours, we go back over to Asia. Diego had some complications with his visa. I had my own little complications, but we still had a blast in Asia. And then we, you know, I mean, like it was kind of a little bit hard to you know, like everybody's cruising around, and you know, like to get together and like make new music was kind of like, it was kind of like hard to do, because, you know, like I think throughout the history of, you know, from when the Gutted lineup got together, it's like they always wrote, like Diego would come with riffs, but they would always fucking, you know, sit as a band and, you know, arrange, throw out riffs, and then they talk shit on a riff, or they had to keep that. And so I mean, like I think that part of the chemistry, and not being young and in the area still, to be able to get together, you know, like you know, like we didn't quite have the stuff to, like, you know, start file sharing and trying to get material together. So I mean, like right about that same time, Ricky was like, dude, I'm gonna try out for Suffocation, and you know, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know, it looks like I might get it. And so, you know, there goes his part of that journey. And, you know, yeah, like it's like, I can't fucking be mad. That's fucking Suffocation, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like he's living his childhood dream. It's like you can't, like, it's living our dream too as kids, you know.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's synonymous to like, hey, we need we want to bring on a second guitarist, dude. Would you be interested? I'm like, dude, that's like one of the best fucking things that I've ever decided to go up and do. I mean, like everything that's great that's happened in my life, I just like jumped into it and fucking, you know, gave it the all. So
well, that's why you're fucking here on this show today talking about your history, dude, because you fucking always went for it, you know?
Yeah. Much.
And also too, just like as far as like just like announcing that you're gonna be on the podcast, like the overwhelming like elation
dude.
was everyone was like, Ed is gonna be on, like you're like a legend in that scene, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
it's like it was really cool to see like all the people come out and just be like, fuck yeah, you got Ed. Like they were so stoked, because
it
like,
was overwhelming to see some of the responses. I mean, like, you know, and I didn't hit like, I mean, not, you know, not because I didn't see it or whatever, but you know, it's like, you know, I don't know, it's the, you know, like the reaction, dude. Everybody's too fucking kind. I just fucking learned a bunch of riffs and fucking played them to help enhance a fucking sound and a feel on, you know, on a live performance, and with hopes that the future could bring more. I mean, you know, like, I mean, life happens and stuff. I mean, like, I don't regret anything that has happened to me, like, you know, throughout that time, beyond that time. I mean, like, you know, I mean, fucking, there's, you know, like there's people have some personal issues to deal with. I mean, I had some personal issues to fucking work on myself, and you know, I didn't feel like I was doing me or anything else like justice until I fucking, like, you know, kind of like corrected some things, like, you know, that were going on in my head, and you know, that kind of more or less made me step down for that last US tour and Europe tour that they had done. So you know, I mean, fucking, and then more life happens, you know, kid, and now I'm joining this new, you know, I mean, like, my journey's gone to this, you know, it's like I got this fucking awesome fucking wife and kids, and my stepson's fucking awesome too. And
dude,
you know, and I'm like, right now it's like my priorities, you know, like playing the music that we played and going that fucking hard to try to keep it going. I mean, like, you know, it's like I kind of wanted to start feeling other things, you know, and throughout this time I was also starting to get more into the like the live audio engineering and stuff like that. And then, like, you know, so as I'm OCDing about like how I'm gonna make a fucking artist sound, like through in a crowded room and stuff, you know, it kind of uprooted my, you know, like that feeling. I'm feeling other things in other musics, and like, you know, I just listen to other shit, and you know, and it's like now it's like I hear a bunch of stuff like on Spotify that I try to, like, you know, as an audio file, try to like, you know, like submerge myself in. But then, like, I've been doing it for a while, and like I've been starting to throw more fucking like brutal death metal, like, even like some of the newer, like, you know, like crazier shit, you know, just so, and just the adrenaline. And once that started kind of happening and listening to more stuff, and then it's like I started thinking about, you know, more of the guitar, and you know, it's like, what, you know, I mean, still, I mean, and I get this fucking message from Joseph, man. Would you want to do this podcast thing? So it's like, you know, like I sit there and I go, like, you're taking me in a fucking time machine and then bringing me back over to present, and go, dude, like, I actually miss this part of me that, you know, as a music lover, as a guitarist, or, you know, whatever, just to play the music and to feel the music.
That's exactly why we're doing this shit, dude.
It is,
we're all going
for sure,
back in a time machine.
So Ed, do you have because now that you brought that up, I actually was just, you know, chatting with Trevor for the whole like 6-7 hours, and I was talking about like watching, you know, videos of me playing in Decrepit or whatever, like back in the day, and I felt like watching that person when it was like a different human being to me, kind of like watching him, like him as in me, like play up there and like do all the things. I was like, that's to me. I felt like completely divorced from like I was like not divorced, but I was rooting for me to like not fuck up. I'm like, don't fuck up, don't fuck. Like, I was like watching myself. Like I'm like, damn, I can't play that shit anymore. Like what the fuck would I like? That's insane that I was playing. I had like watching my fingers. I'm like, my fingers don't move like that anymore. Like that's you know what I mean. Like watching those old videos of yourself playing. It totally like brought this like this kind of overwhelming presence of like that was like a different human than I'm now turned into, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because it was a decade and a half ago, you know what I mean? Like it's a long time ago that I was like living that life.
Every cell in your body is regenerated.
Exactly. And it's and like watching that, you're just like, wow, damn, good job, brother. Like high-fiving yourself. Like I can't do that now. Like,
my neck, my poor fucking neck, bro. I mean, like,
I bet.
Fucking, I mean, like there's a point in time of like, you know, like playing the shows and stuff that fucking, you know, like I'll feel like the bottom half of my, like, you know, the upper part of my neck give me this crazy fucking headache, and it actually felt like my brain was fucking rattling in my fucking skull. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It looks like I'm just gonna have to fucking slash it up. Like, yeah. But you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like if I were to hop on the stage and play the stuff, would I do it? You know, and if I do, then fucking I better fucking do some neck stretches and fucking just go.
Definitely preparation like that.
Get your body ready for
any
that
of
shit.
us. Well, Joseph's fine, dude. Joseph's fine.
Joseph's
But
like,
if any of us
like 20
get
years
back on
old.
the stage again, dude, like we're gonna have to have like a warm up, a serious warm up, and like a cool down.
Yeah,
and then a nap, and then some warm milk.
I watched Joseph playing like his videos of like his like live drumming stuff. I'm like, Jesus, dude, you are a fucking like a monster. But like, is that gonna? I don't know. Can you do that at my age? I don't know. 37. You think 37? You can do that again?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you could fucking be we could be fucking stellar humans if we really wanted to be, dude.
Yeah, but like vitamins and all the. I'm just kidding.
Dude, I'm 47, bro. But like,
yeah, damn. Like, oh yeah. Dude, you look fucking younger than me, dude. That sucks.
You know, I mean, like fucking, I'm almost as old as the dudes in fucking Suffo and like Broken Hope and I mean, on Deicide, I think Glenn's quite a bit older, but like, you know, it's like I feel like the little brother of like all these bands.
Totally. You know? You're right there, right? Like right on the fucking heels of them, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Yeah. One of the things I picked up from Diego and then from, you know, getting to know you, honestly, a lot of it was just social media, your Facebook and all that. But you guys work so hard. Like you work like full jobs and then have families, and then music, just to even have any amount of music is more than a normal person. And you guys still hustled so hard your entire careers. And so like just the amount that you were able to accomplish is incredible. I mean, you guys, I wanted to say it's like kind of like a working class band, you know, this is not like rock star life or anything. And so I think the fans just have to respect that.
Yeah, it was you guys took no shortcuts. It was all just fucking work and just like fucking putting it in. And obviously like we've had so many fucking people on here that have been like, oh, you know, I was doing this and then Disgorge. You know, like we've had so many people just like, and they're just like, oh, and then Disgorge. You know what I mean? Like that, they were like, what? Like, you know what I mean? And it's like Deeds of Flesh and Disgorge, like those two, and obviously Suffo. But like those are the bands that like Suffo's like what kind of got them going, and then Disgorge and Deeds of Flesh were just like brain exploding out of head. Like it's like like Jesus, like what? Absolutely. I didn't know it could be taken to this fucking planet. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome, man. You're a huge influence on so many people, and it's fucking awesome to fucking get you on here, man. It's fucking.
Oh, I appreciate the fucking call, man. You know, it was really a soul fill to.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason why I even drove today was like, we
hurried him back, dude.
Well, I told everyone like I was like I'm gonna be gone Thursday, and they thought like it was like next Thursday or something. and they're like, "Oh, well, we have."
No, I
Ed.
just didn't give a fuck, dude. I was like, I
You're
want
a
to book
jerk.
Ed. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I
totally.
kind of forgot. I forgot kind of.
I feel as if I mean, I hope it was ruder than that, but I'm just kidding. But no, but I
Joel
like.
drove all day to be on this podcast.
No, I was
people.
like, no. Trevor was like through the idea. I was like, should we just go back to like Aptos today? I'm like, oh, in the back of my head it was like Ed, Cali Death. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. Fuck it. I'm down to fucking. I'll drive 7 hours. I'm gonna fuck. Let's do it.
That's right.
I was like, dude, Ed's gonna be on the podcast. Like, I can't. And I even texted these guys a million times in the background, just going like, fuck, the one I'm gonna miss.
We were gonna try and set
like,
him up, like do it on his phone on the way
like
home.
while I'm driving and shit. Like, yeah, I know. Seriously, no, I was like, that's how nerdy I was about this. I'm like, dude, a Cali Death podcast with Ed on it, and I'm not the only one that I'm not here for. Like, fuck that, dude. That's just dumb, dude. I'm gonna change my whole plans around just to like fucking talk to you and fucking have this podcast. And I'm super stoked you did it. You fucking big influence on me when I was a kid, and just watching you like when I was first joining Odious and Decrepit and stuff, and like just watching you live, I was like you're literally like kind of the antithesis, the thesis. Not antithesis of this whole podcast of just like, this Cali Death, like it's Disgorge, Deeds of Flesh, Severed Savior, like that's like the driving force behind this podcast. And I was like, I'm not gonna miss like one of the main things. It's
a big deal, dude.
I know.
It's true though.
No, I mean, and then now obviously too, like you and Diego, like, okay, can we name a cooler fucking like guitar duo? Like, yeah, those two guys, like, they're the nicest people I've ever met in my life, and they're super cool, and they've always been the nicest people, and they've always been like the most brutal too. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just like, dude, I'm not missing this. So
we do. I mean, just it's our fucking love. It's like, with respect to our wives and our kids, the love of our life, laid under 6 or 7 strings, and fucking bunch of people fucking killing each other in the pit, and being around like other like awesome people that have the same fucking driving force to stir that emotion. I don't know.
No,
totally. just to stir up that moment. And I mean, there's next to nothing better to expressing yourself in that manner, and just with absolute love for it, And,
definitely. And I almost like people like always ask me like, you're in a death metal band, like you're the chillest guy ever. And I'm like, because I get all my shit out on death metal, like I don't have any anger.
Therapist,
like like I get it.
Therapist.
I get all the pissed off stuff. It's already fucking expressed, like,
and like you can't think about anything else while you're upstage. Like all the up on stage, there's nothing. All the other bullshit in your life, you can't listen. You can't listen to that part of your brain up there. So you just fucking. It's kind of like a meditation almost.
Yeah, it's a fucking therapy. It's like we didn't know it. Like getting into it, we didn't know that, but like as we become like, like talking to Ed and fucking Diego and stuff, like the nicest people ever. They're also in the most brutal band that's ever existed.
Spoiler
there's got to be like
all the brutal dudes that you think would be crazy.
Nicest
are all
dudes,
nice as fuck, dude.
Unless they got this ego complex, they have to deal with all that shit. But you guys don't have that. And
the majority of all the brutal, crazy shit is all just chill motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right?
we already spent it in about a fucking, a gallon of fucking sweat. And
I know. Like my anger's gone, dude. I have no anger to fucking give anymore. Sorry, like
it's like after a really good workout too,
Exactly.
There's nothing to get mad at.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's so scary nowadays because I don't like I'm as angry as I used to be, and fucking I felt like I did feel like that fucking my most intense and most focused like performances or whatever. I mean they had to be at a time that like in my head I was like just trying to get away from it, and I was frustrated and
totally
and just channeled into there and work. There was a work ethic involved, and fucking like what I'm really into in work, I think about as much intensity as I play my guitar.
Yep. I think that like for me, like the most like intense times I've ever had on stage was like going through like gnarly relationship issues and stuff on the road and all these crazy things. And like, I just have this outlet, just let it out. Like, it's like, and I'm totally, after I'm off stage, I'm just like I got it out. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like the demons, like whatever that I was fucking dealing with.
Exercised.
Yeah. It's because I got this pissed off fucking like, that's why a lot of people like, they're like, I don't like get the growling and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, once you're in this thing, it's insane. Like, like once you get past all those things that you're like complaining about with death metal, like the non-death metal fans, it's like, dude, it's like the best therapy that's available. I'm just letting you know, like it's the best. Like, you know, you got a bunch of fucking rad, like-minded people that are cheering you on. You're fucking having a good time. You're stoked to see the next band come up. It's all love fest. It's all like the most hippie love fucking hug everyone thing, but like with like growling and like, you know, like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like
totally chunky riffs and fucking like, you know, just fucking feet pounding in your fucking chest.
Exactly.
I haven't, dude. Yeah, I haven't smoked. I've been pretty sober. Occasional beer, occasional fucking shot of whiskey or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but
I don't really smoke weed anymore either. Too. I was once I called out sick.
I don't really smoke weed either, dude.
You're high as fuck. But I like once I called out sick from being like, oh, I smoked too much weed last night and I don't want to go to work. That's when I stopped.
That's
smoking.
Never happened to me before in my life.
Whatever, dude. You have a sick situation. Like it
is. Sick,
you have a family situation where you can be like, dude.
All right. Dude. We got to wrap it. We're past 11.
All right. Cool.
Again, thanks so much, Ed. Thanks for fucking coming on.
I always say this because it's true, but there's so many people that are welcome back, and you are definitely now obviously welcome back whenever you want to come back, dude. You can talk whatever the fuck you want to talk about, dude.
Thank you.
For sure.
Maybe I'll join you guys and
we'll get the riff whiz.
Diego. Get some random people together and we'll do it. Dude, I'm super down.
That's another idea too for like the year anniversary. Just get a fucking party going, dude, and try and get as many people cycle through as possible for one episode.
That'd be fun.
I don't know.
That could be a big mess too, but yeah.
Yeah, dude. But
Make the link
show's
public.
Been a whole mess for the last fucking year, dude. It's fun.
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
Nah.
We just have a random fucking before we wrap it up, a random fucking like show where we have like a bunch of friends. We just send them all the link and be like, if you want to show up. Like whoever pops in. You know what I mean? Like
I think
totally.
It's a bold move, but we should do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's a shit show, dude?
Yeah. We're always a shit show, dude.
Dude, there's a podcast called The Bone Zone. For their 200th episode, they played all 200 episodes at the same time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, it's so good.
It just sounds like static noise by the middle of it, dude. It's just
rad. Yeah, that's good.
That's a fucking hilarious idea.
I am super fucking stoked that you guys fucking hit me up for this.
Dude, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks again, man.
Great.
You're a big influence on so many people, and myself included, and so many people that I've ever talked to about death metal, like the younger generation and stuff. Like you, like that whole, like your whole like genre of just like brutality and disgorge and stuff it's influenced so many folks, dude. I mean, I just hope you understand it. I mean, I know you do, but like, damn, man, you really like.
I do, and I have to give. I really have to give a lot of that back over to like, you know, Diego, Ricky, Benny, fucking, you know, Angel, of course, Diego Soria, and everybody else that has come through the camp. You know, like, and you know, I mean, shit, dude, like fucking this music thing it was everything. It's gonna be fucking. It's always gonna be so huge, you know, and to hopefully revisit and maybe do more. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But you know, right now I'm just working on falling in love with my instrument again, you know.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's a cool fucking place to be, dude, because you know you're gonna fall in love with it again.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain. I just, you know, things are starting to feel too familiar, and then, you know, once we get mine and Diego's kids to play with each other while we sit in my room and fucking jam some shit.
Perfect, dude.
I think that might fucking just
spark it.
Time's a loop, dude, and then we're all going back, dude, and that we're looping back through it.
Yep.
Well, fuck yeah. Let's wrap this one up, guys.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Fucking thank you to all the subscribers. Hit us up on all the fucking platforms and social medias. Go listen to some Disgorge shit, and if you haven't listened to Parallels in a while, you better get on it.
Can I shouldn't have waited till the fucking 3.5 hour mark.
Up. Jesus.
But we have a To Violently Vomit show on Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
If
in Anaheim, right?
If this episode comes out on Friday, and if anyone listens to the 3.5 hours and makes it to this point, come tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah.
I think we're like only 3 hours because didn't we start?
We're pushing it.
Anyway,
right.
Yeah, To Violently Vomit live.
Fucking
dude, I want that
live.
fucking hat,
Omnius Ruin is playing San Jose. Right? Omnius Ruin is playing San Jose. So like me and all the Archaic boys are fucking getting hotel rooms, and we're going to Omnius Ruin in San Jose. That's coming Saturday. So if you're
Cali
in this area,
weekend.
Yeah, if you go to this area, be Omnius Ruin. You're fucking down south. Go to fucking To Violently Vomit. It's fucking rage, dog.
Let's hang out, guys.
Dude, we should be plugging this shit at the top, bro.
I know.
No. All right. Well, still, the real deal.
I had it. You guys just ignored me, dude. I was like doing it the whole beginning.
I commented on your hat, bro.
We have to speak.
I want one.
I was going to comment. You got one.
I'm not like
I thought that was all I got. Just a little comment.
I know you're beautiful. I'm not trying to like stare at you the whole time, though.
I mean, I'm pretty decked out, dude.
Much love to all you guys, and 100 of your 900. Tell your friends. Hold a gun to their head. Watch them click the button. All right. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
You.
Yes, sir.